2, go!
It's time to tee it high and let it fly. On the Tee, Florida.
You're playing golf and you're going to like it.
Good evening and welcome to On the Tee, Florida. 2 pros and a hack on this February 26th at our Ice Pick Vodka On the Tee studios with a live studio audience broadcast from Sea Dog Brewing, Treasure Island, Florida. I want to thank our sponsors before we dive into the show. Shipyard Brewing, of course, Sea Dogs Brewing, Ice Pick Vodka, our favorite vodka right here on the set. And, of course, OnePriceSwipes.com, a good friend, and that is Joseph Colbert. He's our new sponsor. Body Armor, Coca-Cola, Ferg Sports Bar and Grill, home of our Saturday show from 11 to 1, and that's the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection. And Chichi Rodriguez Golf Club and Academy, Bardmore Golf Club. Bobby Daly over there took care of me for Monday for a foursome. Mangrove Bay, alt THC infused beverage, and of course, Ice Pick Vodka. We're on the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection radio network, as well as live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course, Instagram. Got a great show. I'm Mike Rickard, also known as the Hack, founder of Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection. I'm joined by John Rager, 43-year PGA professional, broadcaster, tournament director. He's coming to us from the Sea Dog Seaside St. Augustine studio. Say that 3 times. And our other pro back in the studio is the great Bill Butner. Bill played on the PGA Tour 15 years, teaching professional over at St. Pete Country Club, past 23, and he is the legendary founder of the Eckerd College men's and women's golf program. And we're also in luck tonight because we got the beautiful Ashley Grimaldi.
Thank you.
She is the membership director over at St. Pete Country Club, and back in the saddle, fresh from his afternoon over at Steinbrenner Field, is Christian Champ Sharp, our golf and sports handicapper, and you can find him on Substack and Better's Clubhouse, and he'll be on tonight, 7:30, with Fortunes from the Fairway. And our Cracker Jack interns, Melina, who hates my guts. She's from Canada.
All right. I like it, Melina.
Hey, I like that.
Enjoy that silver medal, Melina. Enjoy that silver. Silver for you.
I lambasted the poor woman on Saturday. I did not call her on Sunday.
Wow.
But she's a great addition to us, as well as Tristan and Luke, who you know very well, a member of the Eckerd College men's golf team. So how's everybody been?
We're good. We're good. I mean, it's nice to have the whole group back together. And last week we didn't have Bill.
We got
didn't
the band
have Champ,
back together.
So it was nice to
We
have
made it
everybody
through
back, so.
Valentine's Day. We're on the last.
That's true.
Last Thursday of
It's
February.
over.
It doesn't. That date doesn't exist on the calendar to me.
I don't know.
I just did that to rile him up.
Valentine's Day is such a forced holiday.
You know
It
which
just
one
always
does?
feels-
You know which one there is, Ashley, that
It's
is
not
near and dear
forced
to
on
everybody's
women.
heart? Near and dear to everybody's heart? March Madness. I can smell it.
Yeah.
I can smell it in
That's
the air.
true.
Oh,
It's
We're,
right
we're
around-
only so far away, Bill Butner. I know that you've played PGA National where the guys are just grinning their teeth this week as well over in West Palm. But right there, obviously next week, API. First start of the Florida swing for the PGA Tour. Looking forward to the next 4 weeks, obviously down West Palm. Then we go to Orlando, then up to Jacksonville, and then right in the backyard down here at Valspar. Looking forward to that one
know.
as well. A lot of great golf leading into Augusta National.
Speaking of Valspar, this evening we're going to talk here in just a few moments. We're going to talk to Tracy West. Of course, she's the tournament director. Took great care of us last year, and we're going to talk to her about this event. Hey, it starts on St. Patty's Day. That's a good way.
Hey, love that.
Good way to kick off the
Perfect
the
day.
Valspar week. Exactly.
And you got a concert Saturday. You got a 5K you could sign up for. Obviously, a great tournament right down in Palm Harbor, right up north. of us there.
Tyler Hubbard and Lee Bryce Saturday after round 3.
Bill Butner will be 3 beers deep and singing from
He'll be in the front row,
bleachers
baby.
there. He'll be. If you ever seen Old School, that'll be Bill Butner on that night. You tune in, you'll be right
nice.
there.
Yeah, we love that.
Bill Butner is old school. We're efforting John Rager right now. And, of course, he's up there in St. Augustine Beach. And then, as I said, we'll have Tracy West joining the show. You got a chance? You want to go over the leaderboard?
Yeah, I'd love to do it. I'd love it.
Everybody?
I'd love to do it. I think Bill Butner and we haven't seen much action today, but obviously come on down to Sea Dogs. Where are we at? We're right off the Intercoastal, right on down to Treasure Island. Come on down to see us. Plenty of great seats. You got that fresh breeze coming off of Bill Butner's neck right there. wonderful. Nice on my sunny forehead as well, but plenty of TVs to catch the action. But yeah, over there, PGA National, first stop, Florida swing of golf there on the PGA Tour. Austin Smotherman. Bill Butner, did you see a 9 under par, 62? And even more impressive, bogey free on by Alston there. Had 6 straight birdies, Bill Butner. I know 3's a turkey, 4, I don't even know what you call 6. Double turkey there. We'll have to see. Leads by 1 over Nico
I feel so
Echeverria.
sorry for that cat.
Oh, yeah? What's wrong?
David Ford.
Oh, David Ford. Now you have to do a little bit of scrolling there. Let's stay at the top
Yeah,
of the
to the
leaderboard for
bottom.
a minute. But yeah, leads 9 under par. Nico Echeverria, a great Scrabble word if you want to do that one. Then you got former Valspar champ Tyler Moore, and I know one that's near and dear to Ashley's heart there. Jackson Suber there,
Absolutely.
Auburn alum there.
Yeah.
Then you got Kevin Roy, FSU alum, Luke, and others like this one here. Mr. Daniel Berger up there, only 5 shots off, T3 as well. But yeah, and then you got Hank Laboda, another FSU alum up there as well. You got to do a little scrolling for Bill Butner's UNC alum. We just looked at his scorecard there, Mike. He made a 7 on the par 3, 17th there. But what did he do on the front 9 there, Bill Butner? We call that a USA. What do they call it? USA, right?
Eagle.
Eagle. Makes a 2 on a par 4 and then backs it up with a 3. So we got 2 double square for a double there. And then you got 2 double circles. I don't think I've ever seen that on the scorecard.
I was going to say back-to-back is a hard thing to realize. I mean, Scotty had 3 last week, but back-to-back is hard to do.
Only a heel, right?
Only a hill.
Obviously, Ryan Gerard, betting favorite this week. I told Bill Butner about a month ago, I think this course suits up perfectly. I didn't realize he was going to kill a bird on live action TV there, Bill Butner. You see that? He pulled a Randy Johnson on a par 3, hit the tee shot,
Today?
and kills a bird. Yeah, it's right on the coverage there.
And
Check it
hit the
out.
green.
What'd you think there, Bill Butner?
I was going to say it was unusual to hit a bird and still have the ball react like it's.
I don't know if he made the putt, though. We'll have to see. If you hit a bird and get a birdie, that's got to be a special.
Get a birdie. There you go.
Love that.
The feathers flew, though.
Also saw him in the muck there. He had the pants rolled up. Obviously a PGA National there. Play it as it lies out of the woods there. Ashley, would you play it and go in there and hit the ball out of the muck there in nice white pants, or would you roll them up or just say, hey, we're dropping here? What's the call there,
I think
Ashley?
you just got to go for it. You got to go all in. So,
Yeah, he certainly did.
right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, no rolling up the pants. No prissy stuff on the golf course.
Oh, look at that.
You know what? As a hack, you think I would enjoy watching the world's greatest, struggle and stumble, fumble, bumble? I don't. I was telling Luke earlier, I cringe and feel just terrible for him.
I mean, my buddy was like, how many buckets of golf balls would we need to do to play this course? Bill Butner, I mean, I know Bill Butner is the king of finding missing golf balls, whether it's beside an alligator or anything. Catch him down at St. Pete Country Club to find all the golf balls, anyone that you need there. Bill Butner, how many balls? I know you've been around that track a number of times. How many balls are we talking in one round that we might have to do?
That's totally a gold mine there. That is hazard left, hazard right, and the average player is going to lose 3 around, 4 around. You'd easily pick up 50, easily.
I think Bill also found balls when he's in North Carolina this summer, and then also around his home near Pasadena. He has quite the collection. It's epic.
Yeah, but it's a giveaway. I give all the colored golf balls this way, the Titleist that
He does.
way. I give them all away.
The colored away?
Yeah, no, he gives them as gifts. He actually separates them into
Frickin' racist.
the different brand, different
Red,
color.
green, yellow.
Yes.
Have you not seen
There's
golf
enough
balls?
division in our country right now.
And you talk about colored balls.
And you're giving out colored balls
Colored
to people
balls.
for gifts.
That should be a tradition on this show there, Bill Butner. It'll be golf ball of the night. Come on up.
Wow.
Bill Butner will sign it along with his 1990s gift set there. Obviously.
A lot of conversation about Bill's cards lately. I don't know what's going on and why we're giving Bill so much attention. But
I will say,
we can continue the conversation.
I tried to dim that light a little, Ashley. I
Yeah.
brought onto the set here. You'll have to zoom in on it over there. I think it's a decanter, is what I found in a thrift store
this
here.
is actually amazing.
So from
I don't know
1971, the
if you can focus
53rd,
in on that. Here,
53rd
let me lift that
PGA
up a little bit.
Championship. right there, 53rd PGA Championship, February 22nd to 28th,
This is
1971.
amazing.
There, Bill Butner. I love the hat on top with the PGA logo there. I'm really hoping my golfer wins this week. There are a lot of them are down the golf board, but I'm planning to put some champagne or scotch, something in there, Bill Butner.
So there actually is. Wait, you can actually open it up. Hey, we need to
No.
go to the bar with this. What do you
Turn
think?
it. Look it on the backside there. Give a little
No,
history
you're
on
not
this.
taking that to
that.
the bar.
Give a little history on this, Bill Butner.
Those are decanters that they gave
This
out to
is
each of the
really
players.
cool.
So that some player was given that during the tournament as a tea gift.
And obviously-
Isn't that great?
It's full of who knows what, amaretto or whatever.
We can put some ice pick vodka in this
I
right
love
now.
that.
Right
Is-
there you go.
I
Is
love it.
there anything in there now?
It's a cork. I'm still
Maybe.
trying to figure out how to get that cork. But even look on the back there, Ashley. You got the
I know
whole
there's a
course
map.
set up.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
I mean, looking forward to that. Obviously, a lot of history about PGA National there, Bill Butner.
And
How
I
many rounds have you been
Just
able
want
to?
to point out the
Yeah.
top is also a golf
hat.
a
I
golf
love it.
hat. It's
I love
really
it.
Let
cool.
me see that.
Yeah, look, it's an actual golf hat.
Don't tell Mike that it was
It's really
made in
neat.
China. Don't let him look at the bottom
That's
of it,
old
please.
school,
He'll
baby.
freak out.
That's
Yeah,
old school.
It is. It's really great.
Bill Butner, how many rounds around PGA National, official and non-official, on the Bill Butner scorecard there?
I'd probably say I played 30 rounds there.
30 rounds, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
And where would you rank the Bear Trap? Obviously famous for the tough stretch on the back nine there. Plenty of golf balls lost on those par 4, par 3 set there. Where would you rank that? Obviously, I think of Innisbrook with the Snake Pit. Obviously, I think of PGA Championship, the 5th major, as the PGA Tour is trying to say up there. TPC Sawgrass, 16, 17, 18. Green Mile is one of my favorite over there at Quail Hollow. Where do you think the Bear Trap ranks of those closing 3-hole stretch there with the difficulty on the PGA Tour?
Well, with the time of the year they play that tournament, they usually get some wins, and wind will make those par 3s, island par 3s, TPC,
Brutal.
brutal. And when you're starting to guess and you don't have a bailout, I would say right now with wind, those are the hardest 3 holes to
Bear
pick
Trap?
a club and
Bear
the
Trap,
Bear
you're saying?
Trap.
Yeah.
And then without wind, I would say the Snake Pit
Well, right in our backyard, Valspar.
is probably the
Innisbrook.
hardest 3 stretch.
So real quickly though, kind of back on that, there's been a lot of conversation. I'm sure we'll talk to Adam about it a little bit, but about the
We
conditions.
have no Adam tonight.
Adam's not here.
I gave him the flu,
Oh my god!
unfortunately.
Well,
But you know who is with us?
You had the
Finally,
other 4-letter word
We've
joining
got
us. So let's
John Rager, and we already gave him his props, but he's in his
Element.
seaside studio up there in
Ah,
St.
there he
Augustine
is.
Beach. Good to see you, brother. Good to get
Boy,
you.
the weather
Nice.
looks great behind you, Mike. I mean, my
Well,
goodness,
you like
guys,
that? We're right in the middle of the action, right?
You know, I
right
just
by
saw
the
something
bridge.
jump out of the water behind you.
You can. This is where I used to do Big Monday, and Adam and Fred said, "Do you want to get back up on the big stage?" So we're on the big stage, guys.
On the big stage.
We got the
feel
beautiful
honored.
intercoastal behind us.
Only thing you're
And,
missing is a couple Sea Dog Shipyard Brew Bevs there, right there, Bill Butt.
That's
We gotta get
true.
the
That's
second one
true.
there.
We need our bartenders.
Hey, you want
We had a bartender
want
at
to
one
see
point.
want to see John Rager cry? Take a look at this. This is on the set, waiting for consumption at the end of the show, buddy.
Oh my goodness! Well, I guess is that how you lure me down there?
You know,
It's like hanging a
exactly.
steak in front of a dog or something, right?
Yeah. Well, I know you like the handles. Anyway, we're also efforting Tracy West. We'll get her on. She's the tournament director of the Valspar. And let's talk about guys. Let's throw the pros into this conversation. Let's talk about the difference between the West Coast and the incredible run that we get here in Florida. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, just to,
I think this is the best time of the year with the exception of the majors.
100%. Obviously, you get the Torrey Pines. Obviously, we go back to West Coast. You start out in Hawaii and Sony Open there. Then you go in down Torrey Pines. Got to love it over there. Obviously, you do Amex with La Quinta and that resort over there, the Nicholas course over there. Then you got obviously Pebble Beach. Just saw obviously on social media that back in 19, I think it 18, 19, 20, around there, it was $12 to play Pebble Beach. Imagine to play that course for $12 though, Bill Bunner. And then obviously after Pebble Beach, where they just finished Riviera, Riv, gotta love that. Gotta love Tiger Woods, given, hey, we might see him on a green jacket down Magnolia Lane there. And then obviously, I mean, the biggest thing for my stretch on there, one is the tee times. 6 a.m. is a lot better than noon on my side, Bill Butner. But I think one thing when I'm looking at a handicap is grass. We're not talking CBD grass here. We're talking polo. We go to bent Bermuda. Bill Butner, what are some key characteristics on your side going from east to west coast over here on the
That's
PGA Tour?
definitely the hardest challenge for a West Coast player is to come back onto Bermuda greens. And it's so hard for an East Coast player to go out there and play in that nasty Poe. And really, I really did not enjoy the Pebble Beaches, the Torrey Pines,
No.
the ones that really are hard to figure out what the greens are doing. Obviously, the Mark O'Meara's back in the day, the Tiger Woods, they all figured them out very quickly. But when you get back here to the East Coast, you're going to have phenomenal Bermuda players come through. So you're going to have hopefully the Brooks Koepkas come alive, the Daniel Bergers, the guys that went to school here, the guys grew up here. They're usually the ones that you look for on the Bermuda greens.
So it seems though that there's a lot of criticism to PGA National that it's a little too easy.
Exactly
this week.
where I was going to go.
Yeah, I was going to say they were talking about. I think Billy Horschel mentioned like overseeding the greens with the rye, and so I don't know. And then I think Shane Lowry made a comment that he'd like to see conditions maybe a little bit tougher. So I'm not sure how
Hey, I
that's going to
want to
play into
pipe
this
in
week.
for
but-
Champ there. Champ, you mentioned that it used to cost $12 to play Pebble Beach, right?
That's right.
So I just went to AI and I figured out what does a beer cost at Pebble Beach at the tap room. And the beer today, one beer domestic, $14. $14 for a beer at the tap room.
Tracy West is in the house.
Hey, our apologize, Tracy
Oh.
West, but you're our first guest on our new location down here at Sea Dogs, and we
She's
appreciate you,
sideways.
we appreciate you taking time to join us. How are you, dear?
How about this? Is that better?
Hey!
Yeah.
There's,
You look
My
like you're
I
just
goodness.
thought
laying
maybe you were
down.
on a
That's
boat
right.
that was
Yeah.
capsizing there.
Yeah.
Is this the Pat McAfee show? I feel like it's just live, and we're just doing it right down here at Sea Dogs.
I love it.
Love it.
again, thank you
Link
very
was not
thank-
working, but I'm glad I'm with you now.
Thank you for joining us, and you did a superb job, Media Day. You got to be very excited about 2026, and we were just raving about the course and the time of the event. Opening day is St. Patty's Day.
I know. Yeah, we're really excited. We're excited because of the field, the great players that are coming. We've got 20 out of the top 50 on the official World Golf rankings right now, and there's still over 2 weeks to commit for these
Hey,
guys.
time out,
So-
everybody, time out. It's customary that we introduce you properly to On the Tee Florida.
Oh, I forgot
So
John's
we
role
are
here.
ready because our listeners need
I
to
think
know
you
who
like
you are.
this,
and
Tracy.
You can only get
Okay.
an introduction like this on the Tee Florida. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, On the Tee Florida, the 6:17 p.m. pairing. A woman who will be shepherding, or rather herding, the world's best golfers at the Innis Resort just in a few short weeks. Her last name is synonymous with the setting sun. The tournament director for the Valspar Championship, Tracy West.
Oh, well,
Woo, yeah. Tracy.
well done, John. Well done.
I forgot his role, and we were efforting getting you on. So
I only have
Our
one job on
apologies.
this show. This is it right there.
Well, you did it very well. Congrats.
Well,
So
thank you very much.
We were talking about the West Coast swing versus this swing, and I don't think there's any comparison. And the finish off with the Valspar is obviously the kingpin of it, in my opinion.
Well, I would agree, and thank you for saying that. I think we've got a better spot on the schedule, perhaps than for example, Cognizant. But we also these guys love to play the Copperhead. I mean, they just love this track. I mean, a lot of them will say, probably to the tour's chagrin, that it's their favorite course of the Florida swing, right? So that helps a lot, with player recruitment. I do try and spend a lot of time out there talking to the guys. Dansbrook Resort, they can stay right there. They bring their families, the pools, the tennis, the pickleball, everything. The beaches were 2 minutes away. From Honeymoon Island State Park. So we have a lot to offer. The players. So that makes it a little easier to get them here.
Well, it was Bill Butner's home for quite some time, Bill. I know you're fond of it.
I mean, I used to represent Innisbrook on the road, and Jay Overton was so good to me back in the day, and we hosted a lot of events, the Florida Opens, the Mixed Team Championship. We played a lot up there, and it's a great golf course, truly a great golf course.
Yeah. And it's in really great shape this year. Ryan Stewart, the director of economy, has done just a wonderful job. They just added all new sand into the bunkers. I played it on Sunday with Rondé Barber and then our general chairman and one of our other board members and a friend of mine, a little girl by the name of Autumn Soulsby, who won the drive, chip, and putt for at
Cool.
Augusta National about 4
Wow.
years ago. Yeah. So we played,
stuff.
and I tell you, I ate my lunch. The rough is just brutal. It's really the course is in great shape. These players are going to love it in a couple of weeks.
Well, we've got Rondi on in a couple weeks. How was his game?
Oh, he's excellent. Yeah, no, he's single digit handicap. He's gearing up because he's playing in. We also manage the James Hardy Pro Football Hall of Fame invitational on the PGA Tour Champions at in Boca next week,
Wow.
and he's playing in that. So he's focused. He's getting his game in shape.
Yeah, I didn't realize what James Hardy was until I figured out that it's on the side of my house. It's called Hardy Board. And I guess this guy
Exactly.
must have made billions of dollars inventing Hardy Board. But when they first announced the sponsor of that tournament, I'm like, who's James Hardy? But anyway, hey, let's go back to Amen Corner, the Bear Trap. And you guys, for the Valspar Championship in Innisbrook Resort, call it the Snake Pit. How did that name come about?
Yeah,
And
I
what
mean,
is that? Anyway, tell our listeners what that is. They're thinking we're talking about a zoo. And actually, we're talking about several holes on the golf course. Tell us about it.
It is. It's holes 16, 17, and 18. So it's our finishing holes on the Copperhead. And Copperhead, obviously, is a snake, right?
There you go.
So the 3 holes are called the Snake Pit, and they're the toughest holes on the golf course. There's a big statue right there on the 16th tee that people that play the Copperhead all the time take their photos next to, and so forth. And then each of those 3 holes has a name. So there's the Moccasin, which is 16 because there's water, the Rattler, which is 17, and then the Copperhead itself is the 18th hole. So they're tough holes.
All friendly species.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So
Hey, well, tell us a little about your tournament chairman, Rondé Barber, because he seems like he's got a great job. I know it's very involved, but the coolest thing is watching him drive around in a painted Valspar golf cart all over the place, and he's like owns the place that time. Dude, I remember years and years at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, Mr. Palmer would actually drive his golf cart around. He's the only one allowed out there with a golf cart, obviously, during the rounds. But now Rondé, he's taken a page right out of that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Rondé Barber, his role as the tournament director for the Valspar Championship?
Sure. So your listeners may know that most PGA Tour events are owned and operated by a 501c3 of some sort, right? We do this for charity. We're a pro golf tournament, but we do this for charity and supporting our local community. So our host organization is called Copperhead Charities, and there's a membership arm to it with about 150 business and civic leaders throughout Tampa Bay that are part of this, and they serve as our ambassadors into the community. They help us with sales, sponsorship leads, etc. So of those 150, there's 22 of them that are actually on our board of directors, and Rondé is the general chairman of our board. So that's who I report to, and he loves it. He loves this tournament. He loves golf. I mean, obviously, he had a famed career with the Buccaneers, and when he retired, he was looking for that next thing to do to keep himself busy. And he's always been a very generous into the community, and he loved golf. And we invited him one time to help us host a charity evening for the Copperheads, and he did it, and he fell in love with the tournament, and he's been involved ever since. So we're really fortunate to have him. He does everything and everything, anything and everything we ask him to do in this community. And I think, and for the tournament, and I think it's his way of, continuing to give back to Tampa because we support over 70 different charities in the community. So I think he feels like, and we have a huge economic impact, $75 million a year, the lasting impact that we have on tourism. So I think he feels like there's so many ways that we support Tampa Bay. By him helping us grow this tournament, he impacts all of that. So he's wonderful, as well as the rest of our copperheads too. So we're really fortunate in the structure that we have.
Well, Tracy, I'd love to talk about you for a moment. As tournament director, a female tournament director, as a female in golf myself, those are difficult positions to have, and you've been doing it for over a decade. So, what are some of your most memorable events or things that you can think of? I know you started early in Boston with the PGA Tour Champions, so maybe you could share a little bit with us about that and your experiences.
Yeah, sure. I've got a dream job, right?
Yeah,
Don't
absolutely.
they say like success is not feeling you ever work a day in your life? I've got a dream job. I've been actually doing this for almost 4 decades now. I started in
Wow, wow.
When did you start?
1992.
Do you start when you were 10?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
thank you.
seriously. Yeah, I know, come on.
Keep going a little higher, but
Making us
thank
all
you.
look bad, making us look bad.
But yeah, I've been very fortunate to get in this game, from a professional standpoint. As I said, back in 1992, there was a fellow by the name of Hollis Kavner, who's still my business partner. He's the CEO of our company, ProLink Sports. And he took a chance on me. Long story, but he took a chance on me, gave me a position. And we've built a very successful company. We manage multiple events on the PGA Tour and PGA Tour Champions. So I started actually in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Minnesota, Boston for 16 years. And then I've been the tournament director in Tampa. This will be my 12th year here.
Wow.
And I also manage the 3M Open on the PGA Tour in the Twin Cities and a Simmons Bank Championship presented by Stevens
Yeah,
in Little Rock, Arkansas on PGA Tour Champions. So I've been doing this a long time, but
a
yes, I
long
was the
time.
second female on the PGA Tour Champions back in the day, and then
Yeah,
first female on the PGA Tour. So yeah, it's been a great career.
yeah, it's impressive.
Trace,
Well, I'm from Iowa, and these guys get tired of me bringing it up. But I used to travel to the 3M quite often when it was a PGA event, and it was superb. And then made the conversion to the Champions Tour, and I was involved with the Principal Charity Classic down in Des Moines. So I probably was up there when you were in that role, and that had a great following.
Yeah, it did. I mean, Minnesotans love their golf, right? They only have a couple
Yeah,
months
they
to
got
play.
3 months to get it in.
Exactly. They love their golf and they're super supportive. And I spent a lot of time in Des Moines. We managed the 1999 U.S. Senior
Senior
Open when
U.S.
it was
Open.
in. So I was in Des Moines for 3 years. So yeah, it
You
was
did
great.
a fabulous job at Glen Oaks. That was one heck of an event, and that's when Arnold Palmer decided that he wanted to open up a TCI. That was a great community following golf, and we've had a Champions event there for 25 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You started that. You started that.
Well, I
Tra-
would say the USGA did, but we helped.
Tracy, you actually started your career and graduated the year I was born, so we'll just leave
Oh
that
my
up to you.
gosh.
We'll leave that.
whoa,
Hey,
whoa.
hey, give me a second. Can I finish this thought?
So you wanted to come back on?
If you let me transition here versus end on that one there. So I'll let the viewers try to decide on that one. But I know that you mentioned throughout your historic longevity of the career, one of the brightest moments was in 2018, getting one Tiger Woods to actually play in the Valspar Championship there. As I look through this field, obviously defending champion Victor Hovland in the field there, Xander Schauffele. I saw this week that Jordan Spieth on there as well. I'm curious what's on your notepad, or your husband, Mike, PGA class professional as well. Any key names that you're trying to lure into the field with just a couple weeks left?
Yeah, for sure. We're not done, right? These guys, they make their decisions later and later. Since, over the last, 12 years that I've been doing this on the PGA Tour, they make their decisions later. So Oh no, we're still, we're still hopeful. Like maybe Justin Thomas plays. I mean, he's just coming back from, injury, and he's going to play Bay Hill. I'm assuming, and then the players, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, if he feels good, he'll commit because he typically plays our tournament. And
How does
then
that
yeah,
conversation?
I know that's what I want to
How
know.
does that conversation go, Tracy? Like,
how
are
do
you
you
searching
recruit?
his social media? Are you seeing if the baby's good? Are you checking the shoulder? Are you getting his meds? Like, what is the conversation between trying to get a player into a field like the Valspar Championship?
Yeah, it's one of two things. I have a personal relationship with a lot of these guys, so I'll go out a lot and spend time on the range, player dining, the putting green. Chatting with them and chatting about what their plans are. And then we work a lot with their managers too. For updates. I'm not gonna sit there and text and bug JT to say, hey, what are you doing?
Hey,
So I'll
Snapchat. He
call.
might be on Snapchat at 9. You never know. He's got kids,
Exactly. I
there.
mean, I have his number, but I don't do that. At
Well, and he
least
had
not.
a hell of a finish last year.
And I just saw
Oh,
he
he
committed to
did.
Arnold Palmer as well. So hopefully a strong finish there. Tracy,
Yeah.
if you need a sponsor's exemption, I know Bill Butner's itching to get back over there.
Oh, yeah.
He's already taken money off Greg Norman on the course. I'm sure he'd be happy to try to go over there and
Just
lend
what
your
I
way out there.
need.
Yeah,
Exactly what I need.
maybe not. Sorry.
Yeah. Wow.
Ah,
Wow.
Hey, Tracy.
Ouch.
So Tracy, from a fan's perspective,
Mhm.
how easy is it to go to this golf tournament and buy a ticket? You need to let us know because we need to get that word out there. Because a lot of times, golf fans sometimes your fans are probably a little different. I bet you've got tons and tons of repeat fans that they know what to do. They know what the tickets cost. They've been waiting all year to do. But you do have a lot of snowbirds in town this time of year, and you also maybe have a lot of people that are just now getting interested in golf. So how do you get there from a fan perspective?
Yeah, so it's super easy. You go to valsparchampionship.com and you can buy your tickets and parking right online. And that's the easiest thing to do. And then we have an app, the PGA Tour app, that you can manage your tickets, download them right onto your phone. You just get there and you sail right in. So that is the easiest thing to do. And yeah, I mean, we do have a lot of repeat fans and so forth. But as you said, there's a lot of people that travel into town that are looking for something to do. Um, our week happens to be, March Madness, round 1 and 2 here in Tampa. So when folks aren't at that, some of those games, we're hoping that they come out, and watch the Valspar Championship as well. But we're super easy, and the most important thing is we're very affordable. The tickets are not all that expensive. Kids 15 and under are free. Which what pro
Wow.
sport do you get? What pro sport do you get to go do that?
None.
So
Zero.
yeah, so it's very affordable to bring your whole family out and watch. We've got a lot of activities. So not only just watching the world's finest golfers, but we've got family fun zones. We've got a ton of fun seating, not only bleacher seating, but just like fun platforms, for our fans. Great food, great activities, painting by numbers, face painting for the kids, free popsicles. We've got something called the Valspar Color Scouts, because obviously Valspar Paint is our title sponsor. So, and we're known as the most colorful PGA Tour tournament in the world. So we have Color Scouts that go out and give 1,000 prizes away a day for people that come out dressed colorfully. I mean, just a lot of extra things that we do that maybe some other PGA Tour tournaments don't do. So we're super easy to get to, right? Right in Palm Harbor. We got a ton of close parking, short bus rides, Uber, Lyft, all that. So it's a
And
good
something
time.
happened Saturday night too, right, Tracy?
Oh, yeah, you always have the big
so
concert.
we do. It's called Valspar Live, presented by Chick-fil-A, and it is a concert that we do right off of our 14th fairway. So that we're blessed at Innisbrook to have a second driving range because there's multiple courses there, and people just cross right over and they can go to that concert for free. This year we have 2 headliners we're really excited about. So we've got country music superstar Lee Brice. He'll play for 45 minutes. And then we've got country superstar Tyler Hubbard, who used to be with Florida Georgia Line, and he'll play for 45 minutes. And it's free
Oh,
with
wow.
a Saturday
I
ticket.
actually went on. I
Awesome.
actually went online to see what these cats were like, and they're superb.
It's called Spotify, Mike.
I didn't find it on Spotify.
Hey, Tracy, I wanted to ask you about the Pro-Am. Do you guys have a Pro-Am? I know that I asked that question because, of course, every PGA Tour event's supposed to have a Pro-Am. But to me, that's one of the best days to go out to a golf tournament sometimes because maybe you have a few celebrities mixed in, so a few athletes along with the PGA Tour players. What are your plans for this year's Valspar Championship for the Pro-Am, which I would assume would be Wednesday?
It is. It is Wednesday. So it's the Tampa General Hospital Championship Pro-Am, and tickets are only, I think, $15, $20 that day, so it's pretty affordable. And yeah, we've got 52 groups out there playing, so it's all day, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And it's a great opportunity. The players are a little more, the pros are a little more relaxed, a little more, it's a little easier to get their autographs, things like that. Not as big of crowds, so you get right up on the rope line and see them very easily. Celebs, Rondé plays in it, so we would count him as a celeb. And then we might have a few more up our sleeve this year. Can't say yet because we're working on a few, but there might be a few more.
Well, I know for a fact that the two gentlemen to my left and John Rager, they come down. They're going to want to know. There's also nice adult beverage locations where people can go as well, right?
There's just a few, yes. Yeah, there is. There's some that are ticketed, so an upscale ticket. So, for example, we're famous for the Hooters Owl's Nest on the 12th green and 13th tee box, and that's basically beer and seltzer until you're happy. But that's a ticketed area. But we have a bunch of
Is that
areas
the
that
is
are
that the
not.
location
They're
that
just for
was
your grounds ticket.
was that the location that was famous for John Gruden becoming a caddy for John Daly at the tournament one time at the Hooters
Yes,
thing? Tell our listeners that because
that's
it's
exactly
kind of a
what that.
legendary
During
story.
the tournament?
Yeah, tell us about that, Tracy.
Yes. Yes. Basically, Gruden, Coach Gruden, was at the Hooters Owl's Nest. Now, this was back when it was on the 17th hole. We moved it to 12 and 13. So it was back when it was on the 17th hole. And Gruden was there, and Daly, I think his caddy went down. Something wacky happened, and he needed a caddy, and he pulled Gruden out. To help him. So yeah, they chuckle about that. And it's a good story. They probably have more of the details. I've heard it a couple of times. I'm not going to do it justice. They're way better at telling the story than I am. But yes, it's the Hooters Owl's Nest. But to go back to your question, there's multiple areas that we have that with just a grounds ticket, you can sit in like a platform, kind of really feel like you have a hospitality ticket. So we've got the Michelob Ultra 19th hole on the 10th tee. We've got a Casamigos tequila deck. We've got a Publix liquor lounge on the 14th fairway. Josh Cellars, if you like wine, they have a deck, a covered deck at the 9th green. So and I'm probably forgetting a few, but multiple areas. So really, even with a grounds ticket, you can kind of come out and feel like, you're a VIP.
Tracy, one of the most unique things about the Valspar Championship that I find, and you might see it, obviously, if you're at the tournament on the back, it's the Caddy Bib. And I feel like they have a little personality. You finally get to see it from a PGA. They're not under the gun, really trying to figure out the wind and a putt and that sort of thing. Get a little flavor on the back of there. Obviously, Will Zalatoris comes to mind with Happy Gilmore's caddy there. What's the story behind that and how you guys kind of got that started there?
Yeah, so it's a really fun story. So there was an executive at the PGA Tour named Andy Pazder. He worked there a long time. And he was noodling around one day, how do we take a PGA Tour event and make it special and copy what the MLB does? So MLB has All-Star Weekend, right? Where the players can wear kind of interesting socks. They can do, just fun different things, right? So he said, how do we do that, on the PGA Tour? So he called me and said, my gosh, you guys are the most colorful, PGA Tour tournament. Are you interested in doing this? And we can call it spring break at the Valspar Championship for the players. So we do two interesting things for the PGA Tour players that they can't do at any any other PGA Tour event. One is the nicknames or social handles on the back of their caddy vests. So they can come to us at player registration and say, yeah, I want to put, blah, blah on the back of my vest. And we'll make that name strip and they get to wear that for the rest of the week. And in the pairings guide, we have to do an extra page that has like a cross reference. So people will know, well, wait a second, who's like who is that?
Is
So
it
we'll do-
censored at all, Tracy, or is anything
It is censored.
fair game there? Okay.
Oh yeah, no, we have. I will not name the players, but there have been probably in the
Bill Butner.
Yeah, there've been multiple guys that have tried to slip one past us. Either something censored, or they can't promote one of their own brands.
Well,
You
we
know.
have one. We have one for Mike Rickert. It's
What's
Mike.
that?
It's
Yeah.
Mike.
would
Get
be-
me another bucket of range balls, Rickert. That's that's his.
I
That's
thought
his
it was
nickname,
pyramid
yes.
scheme.
Pyramid.
We limit the number of characters, so that might be tough to get on the back of a vest.
Tracy, what's
And
the
then
second thing? Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing that they get to do, so at every PGA Tour event, there's something called honorary observers. So we can put 3 people inside the ropes with each, 2 people inside the ropes with each group. So like corporate sponsors, et cetera, right? And we pick those out as a tournament. But here, each player can also put 1 person in. So we could have 5 people. So they could put their mom, their dad, their spouse, which that causes some problems sometimes.
Yeah, I
You know,
bet.
I want to walk inside the ropes with you, dear. No. So sometimes it's not a good thing, but they can, but they can put their brother, their sister, a friend, a sponsor. So that's
very
something.
cool.
Hey,
If you
Tracy,
need-
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
So I spent 25 years as the first tee announcer starter for the Champions Tour event in Tampa at the used to be the Outback and
Yep.
GTE Verizon for all those years. Did it for
Yep.
25 years. I never could figure out these people will walk to the first tee, the volunteers, a scorekeeper, which they have the little handhelds now and all that, and the standard bearer, which is still an old-fashioned thing. And some guy would walk up, and it was not just once or twice, but some guy who is the scorekeeper is like 6'5", 250, and he's carrying the little handheld. And then you got like a 14-year-old girl, skinny as a whale, weighs 80 pounds, carrying the standard bearer. And how does that happen?
It does. It happens all the time. So basically, each PGA Tour, and it's really a PGA Tour rule, right? There's an age limit. You have to be a certain age to actually be a walking scorer, because this is a big deal, right? Because those scores go into the whole, shot link system. And it's not only what's on TV and the broadcasters use that, but, the players themselves, those LED boards. So it's like, you got to get it right, and they usually would not trust a 14-year-old, for example, with scoring. But and
Hey,
then a lot of the adults,
I trust a 14-year-old better with a handheld computer than I
With-
would some old guy at 6'5" and 250 carrying that
Ye-
thing around.
yeah. No, you make a valid point because the system has gotten more complex every year. The technology for doing the scoring actually is more complex every year. But that's usually the reason why. And then usually adults are like, I don't want to carry that thing around for 18 holes, but the kids will. So
Yeah, I
So
used to
we-
tell
I
the kids, I said, if it gets really windy, just turn it sideways into the wind and plant it.
yeah, well,
Yeah, there you go.
actually, we actually do make sure that if it is actually really, really windy where there's
Yeah.
an issue, we'll pull those kids off the course.
So are you going to have our local St. Pete hero, Jeff Hollis? Is he going to be back this year and announcing at the tournament?
He will be. He's there.
Awesome.
Jim
My guy.
Slattery. Yeah, the same guys that have been with us a long time, and they do a great job. And
He does
we're
a great
grateful.
job.
Yeah,
I'll,
we
I'll
are.
age myself. I used to play junior golf with Jeff Hollis. That's how far back we go.
Hey! I heard that we're not allowed to say how old people are on this. If you're gonna give it to me,
I'm
you
not
gotta give
s-
it back.
I'm
What
not
are we
sa-
doing here?
I didn't say that was age. I just wanted to say, hey,
I went to college with him and didn't know him.
Hey, in fact,
Was
matter
he-
of
Oh,
fact,
that's
just
right.
recently,
Yeah,
Tracy,
mhm.
I was in
That's right.
town in the fall, and they had a down at Mangrove Bay. Kenny Betts does like a Tampa Bay senior pro-am. It's a bunch of old club pros that come down,
Mhm.
and what they do is it's a casual tournament, but they have an honoree. So this year's honoree was Jeff Hollis, down there
Love
at
it.
the Man Group A, and he was the honoree for the Tampa Bay Senior Pro-Am. Of course, the placards they put up, they just put like 3 placards like the 2 other gentlemen that the last 2 years have been on. It's like their 3rd year. And the
Sure.
placards on the side of the putting green look like tombstones. It's just like, Jeff, you're alive. I showed up to the tournament. You're alive.
They might want to redesign those.
Yeah.
Make them a
Hey,
little more
Tracy.
colorful and a little less tombstone.
Hey, Tracy, before we let you go, obviously March Madness coming around. I know you got some invested blood in the Michigan Wolverines there. What are your outlook on Michigan up there and anything that you're looking forward to March Madness? And maybe take your mind off of the Valspar Championship, maybe just for an afternoon, perhaps.
Yeah, well, so I actually am a Michigan State Spartan. So I'm
look at
so
that.
but
First of all,
hang on.
he called you.
It's
He called
okay.
you old.
Yeah.
I didn't say old.
Now
he's-
he calls me a Wolverine. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my God. No,
Please,
okay. But
please
in
stay with us.
fairness, here's my ranked order of fandom, right? So for collegiate sports, obviously Michigan State Spartan. I'm also
Tommy
a
Izzo.
I'm also a Lake Superior State University, so that's number 2. But because I went there for undergrad, so those 2 first. Then, believe it or not, and some Michigan State people will be mad at me for saying this because you're never supposed to cheer for the Wolverines. But I'm from Michigan, the state.
Thank you.
So I will cheer for Michigan next. Then it goes Big Ten, any old Big Ten team that's not Ohio State. Then it's
Sorry, Charlie Brickiron.
any new Big Ten school that's not Ohio State. Then
Okay.
then Ohio State, because now you got to at least go Big Ten. Then West Virginia, because I have a friend that coaches at West Virginia. Then USF, obviously USF.
Damn.
Then anyone
Got a
that's not
list.
anyone that's not the SEC, and I will
Tar-
never cheer for the SEC. There you go.
Tar Heels might be on there,
You
brother.
know
Wow.
You know what? You're my favorite guest of all time on all my shows because I'm an Iowa Hawkeye, and I use the same philosophy since I moved to Florida. Hawkeyes, if Michigan State's playing somebody, I pull from them. Michigan. I can't stand anybody in this state with the exception of USF because they're local, and I got a lot of friends there. But without a shadow, but yes, put that Gators
Yeah.
freaking helmet away.
Oh, hold on. Let me stick my pinky out.
You're gonna you get.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
that
gotta
is
ru-
defending champion there.
How many of you are trying to run her off?
Hey, Mike.
I'm embracing.
Mike, you don't get
Go
that.
Big Ten.
You don't get the in-depthness of that analyst if you don't bury it with the Michigan Wolverines. Obviously, number 1 favorite to win. But Tracy, I mean, the Spartans there. You gotta love Tom Izzo. Gotta love Draymond Green and all the alums there. I don't see any
Absolutely.
green there. So St. Patrick's Day, obviously
no.
Michigan State Spartans there. But looking forward to it. I mean, for me and for the tournament, I think the best part is obviously the Uber share, getting in there, easy access, in and out, get it right on your phone, get in there, obviously hit up the shop, get you a nice Valspar shop, t-shirt and hat. Obviously, I got the big, what do they call it? Adirondack chairs there.
Yeah,
News that you got to
Adirondack.
check out. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm a math guy, not an
Don't
English
say
major.
it. Don't say it if you can't pronounce it.
Wow. There's
How about that for?
There's a.
I don't know how
educational-
I'm back on the show. You say I get a treat on here, Tracy, but that's all right. It's all.
Where's-
But you know what I love is the Valspar Championship. Really looking forward. Obviously, Snake Pit, defending champion Victor Hovland there. Really looking forward to a great week, and obviously a closeout of the Florida swing there. Have you got the PGA Tour inked in at least till 2050, so we can keep going back there? Or is that in works there of trying to figure out how long we can keep this thing going?
Yeah, well, I've got it through 2030 so far, so we're good.
Okay.
We're good
Wow,
for
that's
another
great.
five tournaments, and we'll see after that. But yeah,
Love it,
Valspar has
love
been a
and the guy that has played the most rounds there has asked the least number of questions or
Well,
contributed. You got anything you want to contribute there, my man?
No, I think she's doing a great job. I'm not insulting her. I mean, she left the ACC out, but that's all right. That's her problem. I mean,
See that? I love her. We have to listen to his tarf heel garbage continuously.
At least ACC before SEC. I'll grant you
Yeah,
that.
Wow, there.
absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank
God,
you.
you are spot on, young lady.
Thank you.
Well, we've taken a lot of your time up. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to a finish like you had last year. How cool! You better be beating his phone down, JT Thomas, and that would be just a superb finish again. But looking forward to watching it, and
And looking forward to being out there.
we'll probably call you one more
Yeah.
time. We'll make it
Eh,
shorter, and I'll get you on my
eh.
Saturday show, and we'll break down the Big Ten.
Yeah,
I
you've
love
got a
it.
basketball analyst. You didn't know.
I'm all in. I'm all in.
I
And
love it.
football,
I
college
love it.
football.
I
I'm
love
all in.
Had it, girl.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
you.
Tracy.
Great
We
team.
appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Tracy.
Look at
Thank you,
that.
Tracy.
Bye.
Thanks very much.
Wow.
Wow, is she a firecracker?
Yeah.
She's superb. What are you talking about? My gosh, huh?
Over 40
her-
years of doing that right there. That is incredible. I mean,
How
obviously,
old do you suppose she is?
No, it's over 30 years doing it. Because
No, boy, she's got
1993
a-
isn't 30 years ago? 33?
What year were you born,
I
dude?
mean,
I actually, okay, you want me to bury the.
I know. Why are
okay,
we
here
going
go
there?
here.
Why are we going there?
Here we go. You guys wanted it. I'll
Yeah.
start it there. My birthday in 2 weeks. I was born in the great year of 1986, and that's when Tracy West graduated from Lake Superior University right there. So I turned the big 4-0 in 2 weeks' time.
Oh,
And
my
that's,
goodness.
I get to move
You-
up a tee box.
You are the
hopefully, right, Bill Butner?
youngest on panel, so be proud.
Hey, I still got the less amount of hair on top here with Bill Butner.
No.
Obviously, there, appreciate all of it. But yeah, 1986 graduate there.
Okay.
Been doing it over there. Obviously, I looked, I saw on there from Michigan. I figured you be a Michigan Wolverine there. I obviously went to the state school. That's not like going to North Carolina, going to North Carolina State
Oh,
there.
please let's not go there. No.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, can we have a little fun now with Bill Butner and do the value of his cards?
Sure. Let's talk.
you-
Let's talk
did you
about
bring the
Bill
cards?
again.
Yeah, he's
I
got a whole
I got the
briefcase.
cards. Yeah. What do you want to know about the cards?
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Pick-
I
pick
can't
out-
wait
Yeah,
for
this is going to be really good.
Pick out
This
a
is going to be
couple
good.
and make sure the camera gets a good close look. And then we're going to put you in charge, Mr. Mathman, of what the value actually would be.
All
And
right.
we'll take a guess at the value of these
Hey,
1990.
before we do, before you do, Mike, tell the story about, or Bill, you tell the story about this
Bill
set of
tells
cards.
the story.
It's a special set of cards. Our listeners may not understand the relevance of this, and I think it's really unique that you did this. But tell about how you acquired these cards and how you got tour pros to sign them.
Every one of them.
Everyone.
And I have
wait.
it-
Okay, what? Back up here for a second. So, what Bill has in his hand? Are you telling me, Bill, that those are the original cards? That's your set? Because I've seen a lot of different autographed, little cards like on set, but those are yours.
These are all mine. These are ones
Okay.
that I had
All
personally
right.
I just put it into Google, and I'll tell you that. But let's hear it
Show
right
them
from
to
the
the
mouth.
camera. Show them to the camera.
But, so, what's different about
Bill,
your set?
give our listeners the backstory here.
How did you get these, Bill Butner? How did they end up in your grasp there?
There you
Okay.
go.
Back in the day, and this was
Way back.
I'm not dating myself, but back in the day,
Back in 1986, the
Pre-internet
year
here.
champ was born. Yes, go ahead.
Pro Set decided to come out with some baseball cards, thinking that they were going to be able to make a few bucks in trading and this, that, and the other. So they came out with their initial special inaugurate set in 1990. And as players, we all got a set right off the start. And it was exciting. It was like during a Milwaukee Open or the Busch Classic or so. It was a lower tournament that we all got so excited because we then looked at each other's pictures. We looked at each other's stats, what they put on there, and we started saying, "Hey, let's start signing them all. Let's give them." Give them to each other and we can start signing them all. So as we went through the year, we ended up signing each other's cards. Obviously, some were a little more difficult than others.
Are they all signed in
Zoom
your
in-
your
zoom in
collection?
on
Are they
those,
all
yeah.
signed?
Zoom
Yeah,
in
they
on
are.
those
The
cards
senior
if you
tour.
can.
Huh?
All except the senior tour.
Was there anybody in that set that was difficult and that didn't want to sign the card for you, or no?
Well, I was going to say I did not play in the same golf tournaments as Greg Norman, as
You didn't at
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, I did a little bit, but it was more they picked out the majors. They picked out tournaments that I couldn't get in, whether it be the invitationals or
All those are
So
signed.
you have some characters, I think, probably within that group. So
Oh,
I mean, there's some difficult people. Like, what about Craig Stadler? Is he in that group?
The Walrus, of
I think
course.
the Walrus is in there somewhere.
Curtis Strange.
Strange Curtis is in there.
Okay. What about Sandy Lyle?
I don't know if Sandy was in this list or not.
Bill Butner, why are these
Okay.
not alphabetical? Come on. I mean, for
Oh
me,
my
it would be
gosh.
alphabetical.
You know, the
they'd be
funny
by
thing is
wins,
Bill's
they'd
a
be all
little
this, everything.
OCD, so I'm actually surprised.
It's a pain.
Good
Hey,
thing to
Bill,
point out.
Bill, you gotta tell
I see
our
Payne
listeners.
Stewart, the late and great Payne Stewart in here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Rocco
Bill, you
Mediate
got to
in
tell
here.
our listeners
Yep.
about how you got Greg Norman to sign your card.
Yeah, I was
that
gonna say
was a
Greg was one of the last ones of the
See Greg on
collection.
this page, Jack Nicklaus on this page as well with a
Hale
signature.
Irwin's in there.
So how'd you get
But
that
Bill,
story
tell us
there?
how you got Greg Norman's signature on there.
So Greg was one of the last ones because of all the lack of tournaments that we combined together. But we were at TPC Avenel, or were we at Congressional? We were at Congressional, I believe. And I saw Greg walk by me in the locker room. I asked, I said, Greg, would you come? And he just said, nope. He just walked around and just kind of left. He then circled back about, 30 seconds later. He said, oh, Bill, what you need? I said, well, I'm just trying to get the card signed. He said, no problem. I said, he told me, he said, I hate when people from the locker room just want me to sign this, that, and the other. And so he signed my card. And just as he did that,
Yeah.
another one of the locker room
shark.
attendants came up and said, Greg, can you sign my shirt for me? And he just turned around and just went back to his locker. So he was reluctant to sign things, but for players, he would do that.
Well,
So
at least he didn't ask you, hey, give me another bucket of balls. Okay, so at least
Yeah,
he
that's
didn't ask
true.
you that.
But Bill, you always said you were friends with a lot of the South African players, correct? I know you had a lot of good stories and good memories from playing with some of those guys.
Yeah, I was going to say I
don't know if Greg is in that group. I don't think he's
No.
in that group.
No, no,
Greg.
hey, no.
But I was working with David
Yeah.
Ledbetter, and through David, I got to meet and spend time with Nick Price and
Yeah.
Mark McNulty.
Nick Price was a great guy, wasn't he?
Oh, all the South Africans are phenomenal. David Frost, Gavin Levinson. There were like 6 or 8 guys. And again, I went over to South Africa for the Sunshine Tour season and played over there for a year.
How was that?
Oh, it was fun. It was during our winter, so it was their summer over there, and we played. I got to play with Gary Player during the South African Open. It was phenomenal. Great experience. Played 72 holes compared to the mini tours that played 36. It was a great experience, a great time over there.
Looking at 1990, obviously on the back of these cards, you got some statistics there. Greg Norman was 4th in driving distance there, Ashley. What do you think 4th in 1990 driving distance would have ranked around there, Ashley, if you had to guess? Right now, I'd say 4th is around the 325, 330 rank about right now. What do you think in 1990 there, Ashley?
Maybe 200.
200.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's go a little more, a little more.
I'm gonna 200,
Oh.
277 yards
Oh,
was good for 4th there.
that was big time.
And looking
Well,
there.
but okay, wait.
any
Let's talk about
values
that
on these
though. But
cards?
that all has to do mainly with equipment.
Yeah, I
And,
mean, what are we
right.
talking
I mean,
here, Bill
equipment's
Butner, in
changed a
1990?
lot. Like golf balls have changed a lot.
Are we
Clubs
talking
have changed a
wood
lot.
shafts?
Shafts have changed a lot.
Are we talking screws in the face here, Bill Butner? Or what are we talking?
We are
1990.
not talking wood shafts.
Back in
fortunately.
1990, Bill could hit it a
we
full
were-
190 yards. It
But
was
we were in
amazing.
transition. We were in transition.
Damn.
Oh, transitioning. Okay, we're
from-
big in transitioning on the show. There you go.
Persimmon woods
Okay.
to metal woods.
There you
And
go.
That was a big thing back in the late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s as
Okay.
to
So what was the longest yardage in 1990?
I would have to.
recorded. Do you know that, Champ? Because you're the stats guy.
I'm going to say Bill Sanders was
I would
probably,
like to know.
I'd say 290.
I'm going to say Bill Sanders was
285
probably
around there?
285.
Okay, so yeah, well, it was in the 200s. I
What
was
were
there.
you, Bill Butner?
Hey, wait, before you
Wait a
answer that
second.
question,
I'm the
Bill,
other side,
Yeah,
the other
yeah,
side,
we're-
the
you
other
probably
way,
can't see it because it's on my phone, and next week we're going to have the capability of putting this up here. So I'm sure you can't see this, but on the tflorida.com, we have a special page just for Bill Butner. And on
Oh
that
my
page, the Bill
gosh, this
Butner
is too
page,
much.
Yes, it
is that
indeed.
very
What is
card
going on? It's
and
the
the back of
revival
it.
of Bill Butner.
Is that my
So on the
earrings?
T
Is that when the
Florida-
earrings come out?
On the tflorida.com, you'll see the
Yeah.
Bill Butner Pro Set card,
Awesome.
and it's got his
Love it.
1990
Excited.
PGA Tour statistics on it.
Then what was
So
my driving
go
average
visit
there,
that
Cap?
website.
Yeah, what is the driving
Yeah.
average?
Okay. Here we go. So Bill Butner in 1990 official money. He did hit 6 digits, 107,621, good for 134th. Bill Butner was 6'5", 215 pounds there.
Wow.
College, obviously, got to put it on there at North Carolina. First year on tour, 1982. There, still a goose egg on career victories, but I think you're still got a shot here, Bill Butner.
Okay, good, good.
1990, Bill Butner was hitting at 255 off the tee.
Okay.
Wow.
Good for 168. 63% greens in regulation. 1.8 putts per putt per average, putt per hole, you would say. Scoring average of 71.3. Driving accuracy 69%. Nice on that one, Bill Butner. 3 eagles on the year there, Bill Butner. Do you know which holes or that you had those 3 eagles there, Bill
I
Butner?
remember Houston Open. I did chip one in from
Okay.
over the green.
Nice.
Love that.
I remember that one. I
Yeah.
don't remember the other two though.
No. So can you actually clear up? I know that we've kind of run the subject into the ground that you had some statistics from the Waste Management Open, and you said that they could possibly be incorrect. Could you clear that up for us?
Oh, that.
What are we
that-
talking about?
About the Waste Management Open.
Waste
Bill
Man-
has a record at the Waste Management Open. Go ahead.
It's on
Really?
my
What
phone.
is that
I guess
record?
I
Yes.
can put it on the internet. At
Well,
some
before
point.
we do
Yeah.
that, let me just finish up on the 1990 Pro Set. Just put it into AI right now, just for you. It's a 100-card collection, sometimes featuring 101. It can contain the likes of Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Payne Stewart. Is Arnold Palmer in your set there, Bill
Yeah.
Butner?
Yes, he
yeah,
is in the
yeah.
set.
Oh,
Okay.
wow,
He's
that's
got
cool.
everybody.
It says it typically sells here, Bill Butner,
I'm listening.
for $10 to $15 per card.
You got it.
For Greg Norman, Tom Watson, Gary Player. You can, if they're in great shape,
They're in
you
great
can
shape.
get over $80 per card
Signed.
for somebody like Arnold Palmer. It does not list signatures, and they generally value factory sealed sets, generally range from $6 to $17. They often offer free shipping there, Bill Butner.
Hey,
Uh,
Bill Butner, I'm gonna add to that because I appreciate my man Champ going to the AI. Thank you, Champ. Now you're
You got it.
welcome to this century, right? But I
That's
got to
it.
tell you something about this. Is that I went and I did some further digging because last week
Oh,
we had Kip Engel on, and we were talking a little bit about the card set. You know, if you just had, I had the factory sealed, but none of mine were signed. Nothing was signed, and I sold it for like $50 out there on, on the internet or something. But it appears that because Bill has all these signatures, and Kip said there's one missing. George Lanning passed away or so, and there's no way to get his signature then. He was
You don't have
listed in that
George Lanning's?
collection. But we're talking $1,500 is what that set is worth right now.
okay.
$1,500.
So I
Signed.
need, I need to keep on working.
Signed.
But I mean, is it
Fine.
really worth selling it
was
for
thinking
1,500
somewhere-
bucks?
in the $5,000 range.
Nah.
Signed. I mean,
No.
they're
I don't know. I'm always,
Arnold Palmer signed.
I don't
Yeah.
know how I feel about autographs and their value. And I mean, are they really worth that
Well,
much?
no, but here's the difference. And it might be worth more than that because from an authenticity standpoint, Bill
Yeah.
personally got each and every one to sign those, which is
Yeah.
priceless.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no more authenticity than that. It could be worth $5,000. You might
you know
let
how much
Mike
you can get?
Rickard do some auctioneering for you.
You know how much you can get?
Exactly.
You know the best price is the highest somebody would ever give somebody.
Exactly.
And that's all you have to do there.
Right.
Going back,
That's any collectible.
I
Going
don't
back
think
to-
you sell for $1,500 though. Like you sell when things get to like
You know
$1
what you
million.
do. So
I mean, not
go-
1,500.
Going back
You
to
know what I'm
waste
saying? Like, let's
management.
make some money. Let's
Okay.
not play around
Any-
with
any
it.
bidders-
Difficult woman.
any bidders
Yeah.
down here at Sea Dogs want to look at this 1990 set right here, you can get your own Bill Butner, and he'll even give you a signed autograph
I
wherever you
got
like
one.
as well.
I got one. He won't even sign it.
There
And
you
what
go.
year is that over there?
Oh,
Champ?
wait. Hey, listen, they're pulling something up on the screen. What happened here? There's pictures.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on?
I don't know. There's
Let's call Adam
pictures on the
Fernandez
screen.
the wizard.
Our man is trying to get
Special
our pictures
report
up.
with John Rieger, PGA.
No, I'm looking for the Bill Butner page on
Let's
onthetflorida.com.
expose the
Well, John,
sandbaggers.
Yeah, go
John,
to the
while he's
web.
doing that, let's finish this out on Bill Butner here. As
Let's do
Ashley
it.
said, there was a waste management.
I do want,
Obviously,
I want to
2
clear
weeks
up
ago.
the record. I want to clear up because he said that the facts that are on the internet, you know, AI, et cetera, may not be correct. So I want to know from Bill's mouth, is
I have a
the
source.
record that's out there true? Tell us.
So Bill Butner, I have a screenshot right on Bill
Yeah.
Butner's phone there.
Which was
Let's
on
do it.
TV.
And this was on TV on the PGA Tour Network, and we put us all over
Okay.
social media. It says highest scores on the 16th hole. That's the par 3 at TPC Scottsdale. Obviously famous known for
You
Tiger
guys are
Woods.
brutal.
No, seriously, but he said it's not true.
It says since
not true.
2006 on here. So obviously there.
That was the
Um,
first year they played at
there you go.
that golf course.
So the highest scores are a number 7, Bob Tway, 2007, David Bergerino Jr., 2007, John Inman, 1991, and none other than On the Tee Florida's pro, Bill Butner,
Yeah.
is on there as well with a
See?
screenshot with a 7 on the 16th hole at Waste Management, Phoenix Open.
And I cannot verify that.
See?
I've gone through the records. I know the round that I
You can't remember?
No, he says
I
that, that
know
may
the
not
round.
actually be true. And this whole time,
That
I've
sounds like
been
an
like,
in-
just like grilling him on it.
I think
I
that's a sign, unsigned,
I know.
correct.
I know
So,
the
Champ,
round.
what year was that? Champ, what year was it?
1991.
And
We're
I think
going to
it was
find
the
it.
third round, right?
It doesn't say round,
I thought it was the third round.
but it says 1991. Bill Butner made a 7 on the
But I shot
16th hole.
72. I shot 72 that round.
With a
Oh.
7.
So, I
That's pretty
mean,
good.
Nice
Well,
round.
I'm
That's
gonna
what I'm
use. I'm gonna
saying.
go to. I'm gonna go to AI.
It
We're gonna
might
use
not be
Gronk.
the correct information.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do some fact checking and get this cleared up.
I think this
It's
is
out
like
there.
a Bill
Actually, there
Belichick
are stats
situation.
from the
Bill
PGA
Butner has
Tour
somebody
from that
behind the
era.
scenes, and somebody's trying to do you dirty there. Do you, Bill? On the back end there.
They're trying to backstab
Oh.
What'd you say, John?
Well, I'm just saying. I use Grok. I use Microsoft Copilot. I use Gemini. I use Claude. I use ChatGPT.
You're very
we are
progressive,
going to
John.
we are going to go to the never forget machine out there on the World Wide Web, and we will find that number.
Okay.
It might cost me about $5,000 in electricity to run it through the servers by next show, but we are going to find that
Let's
statistic.
figure it out. Let's
Figure
figure it out. Let's get it cleared
what
up.
round, what hour, all that fun stuff. How I
Hey.
did it. That's what I want to know.
It's hour number 2
I
of
don't
it.
remember.
It's hour number 2 of On the Tee, Florida. We're live from Sea Dog Brewery down here on the Intercoastal at Sunset Beach, Treasure Island, Florida. If you think I'm trying to be Hollywood, it's because
He's so cool.
these lights are so damn bright. The future's so bright for us. I got to wear shades. That's my.
It's the
that's my
famous
excuse.
song from the
We need that song.
1980s. You wear
Yeah.
sunglasses at night.
Exactly. But anyway, hour number 2, we're going to be having a conversation here shortly.
Brentley
with
Romine.
Brentley Romine. And,
Brentley. That's
yeah.
always the question.
He just
Is it Brentley or Brantley?
He just had a nice piece on the state of college golf right now, the men's and the women's. It's going to be a hell of a season. I know, Bill Butner, you watch the college scene closely.
I was with him last week, as a matter of fact.
He's still Mr. Retired Bill Butner is still working hard.
So we'll be talking to Brentley. Of course, that's all brought to you by our great friends here at Sea Dogs Brewery and Ice Pick Vodka, our favorite vodka, and then, of course, Shipyard Beer. What's your favorite? What is it? It's the blueberry?
That's Blue Paw.
Blue Paw.
Gotta love the Blue Paw,
Blue
the
Paw.
Vermont blueberries down here with the beer there. Gotta love that. I'm actually on a diet for my 40th there, so I gotta go to Sauvignon Blanc. I'm on the line.
You're on a diet.
You're on a wine?
Yeah, I'm on wine and dining.
What the hell is
That's what we're
wrong
doing
with
Oh
here.
my
Oh, wow.
gosh.
He fits
That's
in
the
for
runner's
Tuesday
diet.
then.
Hey, why not? There we go. I mean, hey,
Wine.
We'll invite him over.
hey, age before beauty. What can
Yeah,
I say?
yeah.
Anyway, we'll be talking to Brentley here shortly. And John Rager, of course, up there in St. Augustine Beach, joined by Bill Butner. Christian Champ Sharp will have Fortunes from the Fairway, and the lovely Ashley Grimaldi from St. Pete Country Club. And she'll be, you got a little piece we're going to be doing.
Yeah, we talked to one of our Olympians at the club. So topical at the moment, just with having a USA bring home the gold in men's and women's hockey.
All right, John Rager, you're ready to introduce our next guest. I just want to say
We're
this.
seeing you in person.
I want to say this before we start the conversation.
Yeah.
This guy has the best looking family in the world. Just a beautiful family. I saw that today when I was doing a little research. John, take it away.
You gotta compliment him though for his best looking guy with the best looking family.
Exactly,
right? There
exactly.
You go. There
Okay,
you go.
I'll go there.
Okay.
You
Ladies
ready,
and
John?
gentlemen, on the T Florida, the 7:08 p.m. pairing. A man whose first name rhymes with an English luxury car. One of golf's most interesting men as the Golf Channel watches him. Golf reporter and journalist for NBC Sports and the Golf Channel, Brentley Romine.
Yay!
What's going on, my man?
Nothing much. A little bit of technical difficulties, but no, I think I'm on.
You're on,
Oh,
brother.
look,
You're here.
You're on.
Well,
You're
did you
here.
hear your introduction?
I did hear the introduction. It gets better every time.
Very good. Thank you I needed that. I only have one job on the show, and I needed something like that. Thank you. All right.
Well,
Carry
we
on.
appreciate. I know how busy you are constantly, and now that I saw you have a young family, you're very busy all the time.
Very busy.
Yeah, I know. I remember those days, and now my grandchildren doing the same thing. But I thoroughly enjoyed your conversation breaking down earlier in the week, breaking down the men's and the women's NCAA golf at this stage of the season. Why don't you do that a little bit for our audience? Give us some highlights of who's number one right now, who you're anticipating on the men's and the women's winning the NCAA championship in early June.
Well, I think we can start with the women's side because that seems to be
I
easy
know,
to
there you go.
predict. Stanford is sort of the Scotty Scheffler of women's golf, sort of the Alabama football under Nick Saban. I mean, they've only lost to 25 programs in the last 5 years combined. So, I mean, just to put that into perspective,
what's-
no other school is, every other school has lost to at least 70 teams. So,
What's
they're
the
just
secret to that kind of depth? Like on that team, it is kind of an amazing run. I mean, how's that
Mhm.
possible? Do you think?
I was going to say, I'm going to add
coaching.
to that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the secret to that is having at least 6 great players where number 1 is not number 1. Number 5 can shoot as good a score as anybody and have 5 great players.
Correct. So I mean, they're the first team ever to have 4 players in the top 5 of the world amateur rankings. That's not just the college rankings; that's all of amateur golf. And their 4th best player in those rankings, number 5 in the world, is Megan Gane, who just won the U.S. Women's Amateur last summer. So,
just great
unprecedented
recruiting.
talent. Well, I mean, it's easy to recruit, especially on the women's side to Stanford because I mean the academics
Sure.
are so good.
Stanford.
And what
Yeah.
and what Ann Walker, the head coach, has done. I mean, she's built a dynasty. She really has. The only thing is with college golf, as you guys know, they use match play to decide the national champion. So Stanford's only got 3 national team titles under Ann Walker in the last 10 years. Even though they've won the stroke play, I think 6 or 7 straight years now, they've only got 3 national titles to show for it. So there's still a little bit of a question there. Like, can they get through match play and avoid an upset? But on paper, I mean, they're absolutely loaded. They just won again this week, and they've had for the 2nd straight year 4 different players already win individual titles. So they are a dynasty, and it seems like every year we're debating, is this the best team ever? I think it probably is. And then on the men's side, it's to put it into perspective. So Stanford, I don't really understand what this currency actually is, but it's good to compare. 28 points in the rankings, Stanford on the women's side is ahead of number 2 USC. If you go to the men's side and you look at number 1 Virginia and you go 28 points in the rankings down from that, you get all the way to number 29 A&M. So the gap on the women's side's humongous, and the gap on the men's
Yeah.
side, there's a dozen teams who can win. I mean, Florida might be the deepest team. LSU is really good. Vanderbilt's really good. Each of them have lost to 3 or 4 teams all year. Texas is probably the best team on paper, with 3 players in the top 25 of the world amateur rankings. I mean, you could really go all the way down. Oklahoma's in the teens right now in the rankings. I could see them figuring out. They have a little bit of depth. I mean, there's just so many great teams. Really,
It's
the only
always,
team
it's always Oklahoma and Texas to me. Or on the men's side. I always liked
Oklahoma,
it the
yeah,
strongest.
Oklahoma State. I didn't even mention
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, the defending national champion. They
Sure.
returned all 5 players from
Cowboys.
last year. So yeah, I mean, throw a dart and you could probably hit a team that's going to make match play and a team that's going to win a national championship. The only team I would rule out is probably Ole Miss because they lose their best player in Michael Lasasso to Live Golf mid-season. A little bit controversial there to leave your teammates high and dry when you're the best player on the team. So I think we could probably rule them out, but everyone else, I think in the top 14 or 15 in the country, maybe even to number 17, Georgia Tech, in the last year of legendary coach Bruce Hepler, still searching for his national title. Maybe they can get one at 17th in the country right now. But yeah, it's super deep on the men's side, and I'm going to have a headache trying to figure out who's going to be the favorite going into La Costa.
Will we have a shocker like a Northwestern last year?
We could. Yeah, we could. Absolutely. I would highly doubt that Stanford gets upset on the women's side, even though I say match play is the great equalizer. I doubt that. On the men's side, it could be. We've had. In 2016, Oregon was ranked outside the top 20. Now, they were playing at home when they won a national championship, but the next year, Oklahoma at Rich Harvest Farms outside of Chicago, not in a comfortable environment for them. They're 14th in the country and they win. So teams have done it before, and if it's going to be a year to do it again, I think this could be the year. No offense to Virginia at number one right now.
I'm not sure about the whole lineup, but real quickly on women's golf, I know Kiera Romero, I think it is, from Oregon, seems to be like the standout for women's golf, just hands down, correct?
Yeah.
Do you know too much about her game?
Yeah, so she has a lot of power. She's super athletic. The kind of story with her is she wears a men's large glove, and I think she has like a size 10 foot on the ladies' side. So she's super athletic, bombs the ball, great ball striker, super aggressive. Which if you look at her results, she has a lot of second place finishes, a lot of third place finishes, a lot of wins, but her closing rate isn't quite as good. I think probably style of play probably lends to that. But when she wins big. Like she won this week by 4 shots, and she put a new putter in the bag. That's kind of the story with some of these great young players now who grew up in the TrackMan era. They can ball strike the ish out of the ball, but they can't putt. So she put a new Scotty mallet in before this tournament, and it seems to be working well. And if she can just make a few more putts, she's going to be a definite factor at Augusta National for the women's amateur here in about a month and a half, and definitely in the NCAA postseason. But yeah, she's by far, I think, the best women's amateur in the game right now. No offense to any of the Stanford girls. Stanford just has, like I said, numbers 2 through 5. That's why they're so good. But yeah, Kiara is definitely, I think,
she's number one,
the
right?
front runner for and she's the front runner, I think, for Player of the Year right now in women's college golf as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Brentley,
John?
I want to jump in here because one of the big news recently here was the signing of a Florida State golfer to be Charlie Woods. And not only was that a big fanfare, but then I looked to see who else was signed. Miles Russell was signed.
Mm-hmm.
What do you Florida State is just loaded up all of a sudden, but that was a really big deal to me, where I thought that Charlie would just be an automatic, go to Stanford. Like his dad, but he's going to Florida State University. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I have a funny story about that. And I've told it before, so I feel like I could tell it now. But so Charlie could start talking that, the class of 2027s, they can start communicating with coaches June 15th before their, junior of high school. And so that was last June 15th, obviously right around Father's Day. And Stanford's coach texts Tiger, and he had played college golf with him. And he said, looking forward to getting to talk to Charlie, and happy Father's Day. And Tiger Woods just did the thumbs up, the little like button on the text. And so I don't think Stanford was really a serious contender. Obviously Florida State won that sweepstakes, but you're looking at, I know he visited Alabama, Auburn, SMU was super interested. So Charlie fielded a lot of interest from some big time programs, and Trey Jones. I do think the ability to get Miles Russell, which he's been committed since last June, anyways. But Charlie's he's really close with Miles. They're really good friends. They're now rep by the same NIL agent as well, Alan Hobbs, who reps Will Zalatoris too. Sorry, I'm just having a little bit of a coughing spell, but no, I do think Miles being there, it's a lot of comfort. Charlie being close to home, I think was important too, which is why Stanford was probably out of it. It's just too far away, even though his
Sure.
sister goes there. I just think the attention on Charlie, Tiger wanted him close by, needed him close to home, but Charlie kind of did his own thing. I don't think Tiger went on many of these visits, if anything, and you know, Charlie's been progressing nicely, and I think he is deserving of going to a place like Florida State and playing. But looking at the news and seeing all these athletic departments and how much debt they're in, I can only imagine how much money they're throwing at some of these guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
that brings up a great question, Brentley, as far as how much money. In football, it's already public knowledge. I mean, you'll get 3, 4, 5 million a year to go play for a football team or something. But in golf, how much NIL money is there for a golfer? I'm not going to say specifically for Charlie Woods
Yeah,
because I don't know.
just
That's
in
built
general.
in. But just
Yeah,
in
so
general, Miles Russell will be a great example. Obviously, he's not from a famous family, but he's a great junior golfer, and
yeah.
so I'm assuming he's going to get an NIL money. How much do you think he would get?
Yeah, so I mean, I think typically, and Miles is, to kind of compare it to basketball, he's like Boozer, or like on the football side, he's like your number one ranked like quarterback recruit coming in, right? So I mean, you're looking at guys like that, your Jackson Coivins and stuff. They're getting in the six figures,
Really?
just from their schools. Now it's changed a
Yep.
little bit with the revenue cap, but it seems like schools have been able to navigate that a little bit so that it falls so that it doesn't count and it falls under third party. But most of your really solid Power Four players are in that 25K to 50K a year range, maybe a little less than that, and a lot of it is kind of compensated elsewhere, like your OEM. So like Miles is going to have deals with TaylorMade, and I think he's a Nike guy as well. So
So there's actually could be more money on that side then, as far
yeah,
as not
I
NIL, but that you said OEM, like, okay, so like John Daly II, he's got a Hooters deal.
yeah,
Okay, so
correct.
it's
So
actually
so that would be considered third party, and
got it.
and yeah, so like someone like Jackson Coivin who plays at Auburn, a junior going to the PGA Tour. I mean, he's easily in the six figures when you combine everything. He might even be closer to $250,000 as well. And just to maybe put a little bit perspective too on the women's side, there was a time a couple years ago at USC when Caleb Williams was still the quarterback and Juju was on the women's team there. They were 1 and 2 at USC in NIL. Well, Amari Avery, who was on the women's golf team, was number 3 for a short period of time. So there
Wow.
is money to be had. But again, everything's changing, and I think especially now that you're seeing these athletic departments bottom line and that they're in the red massively. I think a lot of them are going to kind of rethink what they do. But yeah, I mean, there's some money. I mean, I would put men's and women's golf kind of in that 5 to 7 range in terms of most lucrative college sports. And it's all
Wow.
dependent on the school, right? Oklahoma State's going to be higher. Florida State's probably going to be a little bit higher too. So it just
Sure.
all depends.
Brentley,
Well,
as we transition from the red numbers there, as we saw at PGA National, obviously you did a great write up on the betting favorite. Didn't expect that name to be at the top of the leaderboard with Brian Gerard there. I know Bill Butner's happy to see your post there for the UNC alum there. I don't know that it's all 9 under out there. I know there's been some talk, is the course too easy or not? But just talk a little bit about your piece on the PGA Tour winner now and the guy who took just overseas flight just to get that Masters invite. I bet on him this week. I'm hoping he'll turn it around, and then we can
Yeah.
credit you for this interview as well. But just a little bit about the piece on your about Ryan Gerard there.
Yeah, and not a great opening round for Ryan, but he did hit a bird with one of his
Did he
shots.
make the putt? Ryan, did he make the putt afterwards? We didn't
I don't know.
catch that.
Yeah, I didn't. I just saw the clip of it. I didn't actually look
He
deep
must have
enough to
missed
see it.
Ah,
But yeah, I mean, perfect timing, right, to kind of dive in. And I had spent some time with him on the phone a few weeks ago, and then in person at Genesis last week at Riviera. Sorry, this cough is terrible. But But yeah, it was kind of perfect timing for him to be the betting favorite. Obviously, some guys WD'd, which made that happen. But yeah, just a super interesting guy. Like the thing that everyone notices right away is the swing is a little bit different. But he kind of learned under this guy named Carl Lauren, who's 89 years old. He was his instructor for a long time until he just hasn't been able to travel. So Ryan's seeing someone else now, but kind of the same principles. But it's modeled after Ben Hogan and not really having a top to the golf swing. So basically what that means is on your backswing, he's still going back when those left hips start firing forward. And what that does is, if you kind of have a backswing where you get to the top and it's a brief pause or, just a millisecond, you go back down, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. And so Ryan's swing is very consistent. He's a really good ball striker. The putting's been something that's kind of ebbed and flowed throughout his career. But I think just a really interesting guy, like on the phone with him. And he's talking about how, specific shots that he's seen Scotty Scheffler hit that he's tried to learn how to do. And the other thing that stands out talking to him and everyone around him is that he just has this almost delusional confidence where it's kind of like the old Jack Nicklaus quote where Jack would say that he never three-putted on the back nine of a major when he actually had. But if you ask him, he says, nah, I never missed a putt on the back nine of a major. And so that's kind of like Ryan Gerard. He just has a short memory. And I mean, the guy shot 49 on his first 9 holes of qualifying his freshman year at North Carolina and was still talking like he was going to be on the PGA Tour. So it's been an awesome progression. And if you guys remember a few years ago, the Cognizant or Honda, as it was called back then, that's where he Monday qualified and finished 4th. Yep. And so that was his coming out party, got special temporary membership, but that was the super season. And so he was kind of behind the 8 ball, ended up going back to the Korn Ferry Tour, only spent a year there, won a tournament, got back on the PGA Tour last year and played his way into the signature events in the top 50 for this year. And, you mentioned the Masters invite. He's getting toward the end of the year last year. He misses the cut at RSM and he's thinking, gosh, I'm like right outside the top 50. I got to find a place to play. Now, Ben Griffin, his former college teammate, was getting married, so he couldn't play an event that conflicted with that. And lo and behold, he ends up in Mauritius, which I have to always double check on the map to actually figure out where that is. I think it's pretty
Where
close.
Where the hell is that?
It's like really close to Somalia. So it's
oh
it's
my God!
So
it's right outside of Minnesota.
Yeah, correct. It's very close.
That's a
super
hell of a
close.
headline. Somalia to Magnolia Lane is a hell of a transition there, Brent.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any sort of relationship between the two countries. All I know is that there's a proximity. And but anyways, he ends up going and losing in a playoff there, and so that locks up his first Masters bid. And I can tell you what, he's probably not going to win the Masters, but I mean, he's going to think that he can, which is. But not a lot of guys have a kind of confidence like that. So I think for people who have money on him this week, he's going to get it back. He's going to make the cut, and he might make things interesting. But that round by Austin Smotherman was, I think statistically in relation to the field, strokes gain wise, that was better than Jake Knapp's 59 last year in the first round. But
it's insane.
Yeah, insane. different PGA National for sure than what.
Brentley, did you check out the other North Carolina alum there, David Ford scorecard? That was
I did.
He just keeps rubbing that in because Bill Butner graduated.
No,
from
did
there.
you see the Brentley smile on that? He knows exactly what we're talking about. Have you seen double square, double circles on back to back? Get the American in there as well. That's incredible.
Well, so he had earlier in the round, he had that mishap where he's got one shoe off and he's just whacking away in the penalty area.
That was hard to watch.
And his ball's rolling back into his footprint. But then he gets on his second nine there, the front nine, and you're right. He goes eagle on a par 4, eagle on a par 5, doesn't use his putter either time. And then the next hole, the par 4, I don't know if you saw that, but he was in the greenside bunker, downslope, left the ball in the bunker and then hold out. So he didn't use his putter for 3 straight holes, but that was a nice fancy par there.
No, Butner, is this what they teach you over there in North Carolina? Is that how this goes?
Quickly. Get it in the hole.
Find a way to get the ball in the hole. And I think when he's going to tally it up, I think he probably just finished. I didn't see what he ended up shooting, but I bet he's going to be right around even par, if not
I think he shot 1 over or
2
over. That's it. Like it's right there. I think cut now is right at 1 under, 2 under. So
there's no pictures on the scorecard. There's no pictures.
I think that's a Bill Belichick line. Just get the ball in the hole is what I think that we're doing there. Obviously, looking forward to that.
I thought that was Robert Kraft, but
What's your favorite, Brentley, before we let you go there? Are you a West Coast golf guy or are you a Florida swing kind of guy? Which one gets you a little bit better off there?
I mean, I'm a lifelong Florida resident, but it doesn't even come close to the West Coast is premier. I mean,
Look at that, Bill Butler.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. We can see that
Yeah, I
coming.
mean, look, there's TPC Sawgrass is great. Innisbrook's actually not, I think, a little underrated, but Bay Hill's massively overrated as a golf course. PGA National's massively overrated as a golf course, especially overseeded now. It's just an abomination. But West Coast, I mean, when you have Riviera, which I think with maybe a
Outdated.
little bit more of a
Yep.
proper restoration, I think it could be a top 5 golf course in the country. Pebble Beach, same thing. Like if they restored those greens, like they're starting to do little by little.
Outdated.
I mean,
Yeah,
it just
Outdated.
doesn't.
All these golf courses you mentioned, they're
The
outdated.
PGA Pro is not
Pinehurst.
agreeing with you there,
Yeah.
Brentley.
Well, I mean,
outdated.
that's not the golf course's fault. That's the golf ball's
No,
fault.
it's
And
the equipment's fault.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
real,
correct.
real quickly, I know before we let you go, I just wanted to mention, because you are a Florida guy, get your thoughts on Austin Truslow, a local Floridian who
yeah,
just won the New Zealand PGA Championship, which he's been at it for a long time. This was a huge victory for him, so I just wanted to get your thoughts on his win.
yeah. I mean, we talked about the #1 Virginia Cavaliers earlier. I mean, Austin's had a cup of coffee in college, but yeah, just a guy who actually won at TPC Sawgrass. I was there when he won the AJGA Junior Players, and I mean, he was a world beater back then as a junior golfer, and had a kind of a freak accident, I think, where he got his hand caught in a car door, had some wrist issues. Like
Damn.
it's really gone through a lot of adversity. Has gotten close to, I think probably giving it up, maybe just in terms of our perspective, but maybe inside, like, I mean, he obviously had the fire to keep going, and just shows that if you want to make it and you want to play golf, like, sometimes you got to travel overseas.
Gotta
And
keep
so
doing it.
it's been good to see him, continue to have success. I think he might have qualified for a major or something. He was in the headlines a couple
Two
years
Opens
ago
back
as
to
well.
Yeah,
Well,
U.S. Open. U.S. Open. He was in the
US
field there.
Opens.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, so
Out
and
in
he has
LA,
that.
LA and
I mean,
Oakmont.
people are going to remember him because he's got the one-handed chipping motion. But
Yep.
yeah,
Absolutely.
super cool guy from kind of the Port Orange, New Smyrna Beach area, and yeah, cool guy to follow over the
I
years.
always thought the one-handed chipping was due to his accident where he got his hand caught, and then I asked him the question, and then right, Bill, and then lo and behold, that is not the reason why
Yeah, I think
why
he
he
just had
chips
the yips.
with one
Yeah, I
hand.
think he just
Yeah,
had the chipping yips. Yeah.
yeah, I just thought it was interesting.
You
So
asked him if it's
And some
because
guys go
I
lead
did,
hand
I
one
did,
hand, but he's trail hand one hand, which is
because he
super
did get
unique.
injured.
Interesting.
And
That's
he's
like
very good
Fitzpatrick,
too,
who
by the
does
way.
the cross-handed. Fitzpatrick does that. I know cross-handed.
Yeah, this is
and
even
we've seen a lot
crazier.
of things.
Take that
Yeah.
and times it by 10.
I mean, do that with Ryan Gerard, and you can just write an encyclopedia of odd golf swings there.
Well, that
Even
was the
better, we got
quote
Jim
about
Furyk on the. Yeah.
that was the quote about Ryan's golf swing way back in the day. He said, "I've been told that it looks like Daniel Berger and John Rahm had an aneurysm on the downswing." Which
Nice.
Charles Buckley.
which I mean, he's young. He doesn't realize when
Oh,
you
yeah.
say things like that, people are going to be asking you about it for years and years and years. So he's
Oh,
opened up a can of worms, and now that he's
love
he's
it.
going to have every local reporter and every tour stop asking him the same
Brentley, only
thing.
thing
But
we're going to ask you is, what are the genes to have such a great family and such a great camera there, and just the family dynamics, just to have you on screen there, to be on the T Florida there.
wait, what's the secret to having a good-looking family?
Yeah,
fi-
but just
fi-
the genes.
find a
got a
good-looking
wife there.
wife. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
find a good-looking wife and try not to screw it up. That's the advice.
Did you meet her at UCF?
Yeah, she went to Auburn actually. So, but
Oh, wow.
met in
Jackson
Orlando.
Super
Met-
area
met-
there. There you go.
Met near UCF. So
There you go.
All right, my friend. Well, we appreciate. I know how busy you are, and I appreciate you as we launch our video streaming elements. I appreciate you
Whole
Ta-
new world.
taking
Yeah.
time to
this
join
is
us. And,
yeah. I'll have to
and,
come. Maybe Valspar week. I could come on set.
Yeah, we just had Tracy West on, the tournament director, so I have to add
Yeah,
you to that.
Tracy.
down.
She was
Yeah.
in LA last week. I saw her.
We would love to have you come sit down with us.
All right, Thursday nights. Well, we'll try to make that happen.
All right,
Love
my
it.
man.
Perfect.
There you go.
They got a great menu here and great range of beers, so we'll take good care of you.
All right,
Cough
perfect.
and all, bring it
That's
on.
good news.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
hopefully the cough's
Good
gone by
news to
then.
me.
Yeah. Well,
Uber.
you went to North Carolina. You're not getting anything.
That figures.
All right, Brentley. Thank you, and have a great weekend.
Yeah, be well, guys.
Thank you,
Take care.
Bradley.
That cat, no, is superb.
He's in Bill Butner's top A1 with that Ryan Gerard. Go out and see it, obviously, on Golf Channel there. Betting favorite, obviously. UNC alum. We had big hopes for Ryan Gerard. I think he started out of the game. I'm curious if that pressure, but yeah, as Brentley and we mentioned, killed a bird on a par 3.
What kind of bird was it?
It's in feathers now. It's RIP of that bird.
Was it a seagull?
No, I'm gonna guess it was a kind of.
It wasn't a pelican. I promise
wasn't a
you that.
pelican,
It was like a
big-
regular bird. I don't know.
A regular bird.
A regular bird. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a regular bird.
But yeah, no, great guy there. Great. Looking forward to the college scene. Obviously, Austin Trudlow there. St. Pete Country Club member there. He's got that right on the PGA Tour website there. It's got it
Yep.
right on there. Obviously,
He's a great
qualified
guy.
for the U.S. Open.
Yep.
I
great
didn't
guy.
realize the backstory. Didn't realize he all that at TPC Sawgrass as well. But all the characters you find on this show, Mike, and the people you got to put up with. But then you find gems like that, Tracy, and obviously Brentley on there, and just dealing with us, Bill Butner. As Bill Butner goes for the back 9 round 2 over here for sure.
Well, I was gonna talk about the coaching side of the divisions, and
Well, obviously, Eckerd College, you got to go with the coaching there,
well,
right,
I
Bill Butner?
mean, they're 19th in the country, and they are getting offers of $20,000 and $30,000 to play golf. But I was gonna say, for the men's side, it's an ego thing in the fact that when you recruit players, they want to make sure they play.
Yeah.
And so when you recruit the number 10
That's why the
player,
transfer portal's so big.
they have to have a commitment that they are going to play.
Yeah.
On the girls' side, they just want to have fun and win.
Okay.
And so that's why you can have, 7 really good girls on
Yeah.
one team.
Okay.
Where in the
That's
guys'
interesting.
side, you would have fighting going on as to
That's interesting.
I'm number one. I need
Does
to
that
be
bring
playing.
does that bring parity to the golf men's golf scene? Just with
Absolutely,
everybody
yeah.
going.
Every coach will have 2 or 3 really good players, but it's finding that 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
that are good enough.
It's really interesting. Obviously, they mentioned the number 1 player that went to live. Obviously, he's on Phil Mickelson's team now. DeGrasso, I believe, is the name there. But yeah, I mean, it's just curious of getting all this money. Obviously, I'm curious what Charlie Woods does. Obviously, he's already repping the Florida State there on social media.
Hey, let me
doing
interrupt
that
real
well.
quick.
So yeah,
I was stunned that it isn't using his dad's own agent in his own market. I figured he'd have that same company.
yeah. I guess he's going Will Zalatoris.
that
don't
blew-
I
know.
just
That's-
wanted
that blew me
to.
away.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to mention we didn't talk about at all the signing day that they had for Charlie down at Benjamin. He's at Benjamin, which is in the Miami area. It's a great school, great athletic program. But Tiger and Elon were on the stage. I think for the
Elon?
his what his
Oh,
Not
his
Elon
ex.
Musk.
I
you
thought
goofball.
Elon. my bad.
Elon. I'm sorry. I don't
Sorry, I
have
had AI on my brain. Like John
Just so you
Regular.
know, Benjamin High School's in Palm Beach.
it's
Jupiter
not,
area.
Benjamin is
your
not.
Harley's driving up. over
Benjamin-
here.
Benjamin's
Benjamin
in
is actually
Jupiter,
in the
that's where-
Miami.
That's where Tiger
Area.
Woods lives, in Jupiter, and that's where they go to school.
Obviously,
But
High
Benjamin
school.
is closer. No, I was at Benjamin before. It's in Miami.
Well, I'm going to
Yeah.
go AI this
I
now
want you to
while you
AI
guys
I
are
want
on
you to
there.
look that
Also,
up.
I
part of
guarantee
that
you,
was
Benjamin
Benjamin.
High School is not in.
I'm
It's
so
not in
tired of
Miami.
AI.
I've been at Benjamin. I've sat on the bleachers there, and I was not in Palm Beach.
Wow.
Just saying.
There's a
there we go.
She's watching
Well,
lacrosse.
if you have, then I
Yeah.
believe you. Then
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
you,
I mean,
but
I'm just saying.
gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up. We're gonna do a little fact check
because
here.
they have
I
a
am
good
gonna
lacrosse
look it
program
up.
too. I actually have been there. But anyway, so it was actually kind of cool to see them on stage together. It seemed a little distant though between the two, so I just wanted to see if anyone else got a few of those images and their thoughts on it.
But yeah,
Well-
looking at I was just going to run all down
Okay,
the
I
leaderboard.
AI'd it. It's in North Palm Beach, Florida, where the school's upper
We'll have to
school
fact check
campus
that
is
at the end
Gonna
located.
there,
fact
but,
check. Gonna fact check.
But obviously,
Benjamin
Cognizant
Buccaneers
Classic,
boys and girls golf team,
Cognizant
upper school
Classic,
campus, city, North
Different
Palm
Benjamin,
Beach, Florida,
different Benjamin, maybe.
all
Palm
about the
Beach
big-
County. One of the
Cognizant
top high
Classic,
school golf
obviously, this
programs
week.
in Florida, with multiple state championships and high-profile players like Charlie Woods.
Okay, we're going there.
There you go. Now there may be another one in Miami,
There is Benjamin.
but
that
the
is
one
in
that
Miami.
they go to is in Palm Beach.
Well,
and it costs a lot of Benjamins to go there as well.
and speak of Palm
Oh,
Beach,
yeah, you
there
betcha.
obviously the Cognizant Classic this week over there, $9.6 million in the prize pool there. Austin Smotherman leads 9 under par, bogey free, 62. Only one shot ahead of Nico Echeverria. But then you got to go all the way 4 shots, just like Brentley mentioned. Probably one of the rounds of the year to look at when we look at strokes gained there. Similar, obviously, last year, this time I was casting a check for Mr. Jake Knapp's 59 over there.
My
But
favorite bouncer.
and then obviously sitting in third place, FSU alum Daniel Berger, along with a host of others. And then you got to go all the way down to 2 under par to get a T20 there. But yeah, a lot of big scores, obviously there, big number, and something to note as well. Will Zalatoris backing out there as
the
well.
last minute,
But
yeah.
looking forward to that. A lot of great action, tough golf course. They're going to get
good
beaten
weather.
up.
Tough golf course, but
Yep.
good weather, and that's the
Well,
whole key.
but
That's
on
right.
Bettor's Clubhouse, what did you? What were your selections prior to?
Yeah, so each
today?
and every week, me and Sammy, my co-host there and cohort on www.thebetterclubhouse.com, BETTOR.
Sammy's great with basketball. By the way.
We do that as well. We do a little football and a lot of all the other sports, college basketball, obviously March Madness. Mondays we break down the course. So we talk about PGA National. They've been coming down to this thing ever since Bill Butner was playing it there. So that'll tell you there.
That's true.
Obviously, I loan it as the Honda Classic, and I know Bill Butner has that as well. Cognizant's more of a Scrabble word than the host there, but shout out to them. A lot of key stats, and obviously, big thing about PGA National there is there's a lot of water. Obviously, you got the bear trap. You're going to lose a lot of golf balls, a lot of big numbers, a lot of things there. Bogey avoidance, I'm really looking at. Mid-iron to long iron game there, Bill Butner, 150 to 175 to 200 of the buckets I'm really looking at. Total driving, not just a bomber's fest like we saw last week at Riviera. Jacob Bridgman and Rory could hit it all over the map. Here, not so much. You got to be in the fairways, playing it out of there. Also a different type of grass on Bermuda this week over the POA there. So looking at those guys, see who does best out there. Selections, obviously, at the top of the board, Ryan Gerard started at 20 to 1, obviously, with the withdrawal of Adam Scott, a couple other big names, Jacob Bridgman, obviously, and a couple other names backed out right before tee times. So he was actually joint favorite with Shane Lowry up there as well. Shane had a pretty good opening round, 2 under par there. I was looking at Ryan Gerard. I told Bill after he went 2-2-2, as Brentley was talking about in the fall swing and going over in close to qualifying for the Masters. I really liked him this week. Another name I liked was Brooks Koepka.
Brooks,
I thought he would be a great for the local FSU alum there.
Yeah, well, he didn't show it today.
Correct. Daniel Berger kind of took that spotlight away. I'm curious for Daniel Berger, also known to have his little chipping yips around the greens as well. Let's see if that does well. I know Sammy was on Florida alum, Mr. Billy Horschel up there, shot 4 under par, but then he had a bogey, double bogey, finished at 2 under par. This thing is far from over. I promise you, 9 under par each day is not going to happen. I'm looking at about 13, 14 under par. Get to the weekend. They're going to make this thing hard and tough. We'll take a look. Check out me on X at Champs311. Also, thebetterclubhouse.com. We'll throw in all the stats, all the information. Look at it this week and see who pops. Shane Lowry, probably a big one there. Number 1 in strokes gained approach, and really didn't have the putter going, a name I'm looking to go after. But yeah, each and every week, www.thebetterclubhouse.com.
There you
Brought to
go.
you by our good friends at Michelob Ultra. John Rager.
Hey, Champ, I wanted to ask you a question.
And we're going to go to
Champ.
Ashley Grimaldi.
Yeah,
Well,
John.
Champ, I wanted to ask you a question here about the how some of the calculations that you go into to figure out, because you have an excellent track record when it comes to the Betters Clubhouse. I mean, in fact, it's funny because every Sunday I can count on a text after the tournament's
After
over.
he wins,
Okay,
after he wins big money.
Here's the
Yeah.
ticket you cashed here, and here's the ticket you cashed
That's right.
here. What goes into that? What is the
Yeah.
what do you how do you come up with this? I mean, really,
Of course.
We
Yeah,
don't divulge any secrets.
It's called pulled out of his, you know what?
No. I mean, obviously that we know that we just talked about. You just mentioned on with Tracy. There's a guy or a girl around each tournament that carries around a computer in their hand. We'll say that tracks where the ball goes off the tee, off the approach, around the greens. That information is tracked. It's stored on a website. We take that information. season wide. We can look back 12 rounds, 36 rounds, 24 rounds. And luckily, a place like PGA National, they've been coming to this place for a long, long time. So we already know where the second shots are going to come from. We already know where the putts are going to have to be made. We know what the statistical profile from the eventual winner is going to look like. I can even tell you the last 10 winners and where their position was after round 1, after round 2, and after round 3. Well, things that you have to account for, obviously, in golf is I don't know where they're eating tonight, at a steakhouse or battalion. Last week, I know Jacob Rory was probably, I think, one just had a kid that we just realized last week for our player as well, like Xander Schauffele and things like that. So things that you have to factor in. Is Meredith going to get Scotty a nice, is a steak bowl tonight, or is a chicken bowl? I don't know. Is he going to cut
Oh,
his
boy,
hands?
I'm glad you kept it clean there.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, you
but,
got to do that.
What the
I mean,
hell?
So we're saying that your dietary
mean,
consumption could possibly affect your play.
obviously, I mean, ask Bill Butner after a hangover burger at Sea Dogs how he's going to play tomorrow. It's
And
going to
that's
be
John
amazing.
Rager's.
You know, this is actually a very interesting subject to me because I've noticed with Bill, he's very careful about what he eats at night. And I think that has to do with so many years being on the PGA Tour and not, you can't consume like
For
really
sure.
heavy meals before you play, right?
Right. I mean,
Well,
you
it may
don't
be
want
because
to
it's
have
not
It's funny,
free.
but it's
There's
true.
no free players' locker room to
That's
eat
right.
in at this
But the
point.
thing I
Yeah.
can, so those are
Yeah.
things out of my control, unfortunately. But what is under my control is historical results from Sony Open to now. I can look back at last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And really the goal is try to find their trajectory. How do I think they're going to play this week? Obviously, you're going to have crazy rounds like Austin Smotherman this week. Obviously, he was on Corn Ferry last year. Yeah, the
Well,
year
Champ,
before that
I
was
want
on
to tell
there
you
as well.
something.
So
We got a P1 listener, Wild Bill Stereau, who's
A
been
P-
on our show in the past with
P1?
weather reports
P1.
and all
love the
kinds of stuff.
weatherman.
Why does he get
He
P1?
follows you,
Priority
and
one.
he's been cashing
Yeah.
in the last couple
Okay.
of weeks.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I
I
mean,
think
it's
we
just really, it's grossing
From
me out. Every
following
time I
Champ.
get a text from him,
There you
hey,
go.
if he wins, I get
Like Wild Bill needs,
$1,000 and stuff
like
like
Wild
that.
Bill
But
needs, like
and that's the thing. I mean,
Wild Bill doesn't need any more money.
and the thing is, I mean, you can have your outright bets, and that's fun. Obviously, you can bet Scotty 3-1, but that's not where all the money is. As far as you can do a top 20 market this week, I got Alex Smalley. Sammy's got Billy Horschel there. Also, you can do a head-to-head matchup. One I have is Jordan Smith against Steven Yeager that I can get at even money. Last week, I was cashing head-to-heads, Matt Fitzpatrick, Scotty Scheffler against Matt Fitzpatrick, Rory McIlroy versus Jacob Bridgman on Sunday.
Those
We
are
cashed
the bets
so-
I'd want.
And I mean, you could do that. Obviously, you pair those up, you can get even money and sit back and do it. Obviously, we all hope to hit the Jacob Bridgman last week, 90-1. Talk
my
about Austin
goodness, yeah.
Smotherman. Austin
You hit
Smotherman.
it?
Austin Smotherman this week, 110-1 for first round leader. Obviously, you want to
something?
sprinkle in there. Those things are possible. There is a
Yeah.
roulette. There are darts out there, sprinkles, but there's also other ways to win there. We cover it all on the Better Clubhouse Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and do all that. Catch us each and every week. And also on here, come on down and we'll check it out as well.
We're live from Sea Dogs Brewery, of course, on the Tee, Florida. Also brought to you by our great friends at Ferg Sports Bar and Grill, where you can hear us each and every Saturday from 11 to 1, the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection. And we got Ashley's Antics. Then we have a little. Then we have a little film clip from
Ashley's antics.
Ashley's
Interesting.
Antics. You've got plenty of them on Wine and Nine. So
There's always some
There's
antics,
always
that's
some
for sure.
antics.
so don't you have a little footage there, Adam, that this
Yeah,
young lady's
well,
provided us?
Yeah,
What the hell are we looking at?
we
Here we go.
we talked a little bit last week. I mean, obviously, we're just wrapping up the Winter Olympics in Milan, and we were mentioning we did a Winter Games version of 9 and Wine last week, and one of our participants was a club member, Kim Ensalako, who was a bronze medalist in the 2006 games for the women's hockey team. So obviously, men's and women's hockey got a lot of attention
Are
this
you paying
week.
attention, Melina?
I don't know. Is anyone following this? No one. We all know that the men's and women's teams brought home the gold, but it's pretty cool that Kim got a bronze medal back in 2006. And so I had a chance to talk to her at the club recently. So I thought I would share that with everyone tonight.
Well, we're going to have her on.
Never know who you're going to meet in the Tampa Bay area.
Absolutely.
We're going to have her on Saturday on the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection.
Friends and probably
half the table doesn't realize that we have an Olympic athlete among us, right?
Well, Ashley,
Yes.
this is an exciting time of year.
Yep.
It's very inspiring
Yep.
to see the world's best athletes
Mm-hmm.
competing on the Olympic stage. And did you know that 0.0001% of the world's population has an Olympic medal?
Oh,
Ah.
so cool. Okay, so tell me, when were you in the Olympics and in what sport?
2006, so 20 years ago. I'm dating myself.
That's okay.
I'm old.
You're a young spring chicken.
And it was also in Italy, which is where it is right now. It's in Torino, Italy, though. A little bit different northern Italian city, but definitely a great place to kind of compete and watch all of the other world's best winter athletes compete against one another.
So you won, so at first I thought it was a gold, but it's a bronze medal, which is amazing. And that was for the women's U.S. hockey team, right? Okay. Yeah, great. What position were you?
Left, right.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about this year's group?
You know, I think this is the best team the U.S. has ever had in terms of skill and speed, and so they should just show up on the right day, which is the day of the gold medal game. It's just one game, so it's whoever shows up with their best game on that day, and so I'm rooting for them, just like a lot of others, and so we'll see.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much.
Well, great job there, Ashley's antics.
Ashley, see it.
Ashley, if I give you a bronze ring and a gold ring, can you tell me the difference between the two?
No, well, it's kind of interesting because this week they were talking about with the medals that there's really not that much gold in the gold medals anymore. That there's a lot of bronze with just a little bit of gold thrown
Bill
in
Butner
there.
would melted it down and sold it. Like he's trying to do that same with the PGA Pro cards over there. You're just going to melt them down there.
Melt them.
Yeah. But Kim's a great girl. She was out there on the golf course today. She's still an athlete, competing heavily.
How's her handicap? Do we know?
She can hit a golf ball.
She can hit a golf ball. She's very interesting because she came out there, made a few shifts, and she's already right on target. I mean, she can drive the ball for sure.
She may not know where it's going, but
so left
she
wing, she's a right-hander golfer.
Typical hockey or baseball player, right?
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true. Like maybe the form's not perfect all the time, but she's got that competitive spirit for sure.
I mean, when you look at the Reno Tahoe Open, I think you see a lot of and the celebrity out there that I know Mike's trying to rub elbows and try to get out
Freeman's
there.
he's guaranteed me.
Guaranteed you what?
Oh, we got TNT. We got Charles Barkley guarantee out here.
I'm going to Tahoe.
Okay, let's roll this back a little bit, Mike.
I'm going to Tahoe.
So you're saying you're going to Tahoe without us?
That's correct.
Oh, wow.
It's high and dry.
Breaking news right here.
Don't worry.
Right here.
Don't worry. I'll be getting back with you.
Oh, no.
He's gonna bring swag back with him, though.
John Rager, bail me out here.
That's a group situation right there.
John Rager,
Oh
bail
my
me out
goodness,
here.
I can't bail that at
Well,
all.
we gotta- we
I have
gotta
no
wind
answer for all that.
Wind things down with our back nine. So, got any thoughts for our audience? And you
I just
definitely.
want to say it's cold out here. Is anybody cold or is it
No,
just
it's
me? We're in
not.
Florida. It's freezing. We're in Treasure Island, Florida. And I've got a coat on right now.
My
I just want
God,
to say,
woman.
yeah, it's cold.
Well, it's
Oh,
always
breathing.
colder at the water. Hey, but while we're
Changing
talking
the
about our
subject for
great
you.
sponsor,
Changing the subject for you.
20 feet
hey, we got to
away.
talk about our great sponsor, Sea Dog Brewing Company, Treasure Island, because
Yes,
for
please
our
do.
I kept saying for our listeners out there, we actually have people listening and viewing. And, we began the show, it was, beautiful sunset there right on the water. But I think,
Now it's dark.
you guys want to talk about a little bit about Sea Dog Brewing Company, because I know every time I've been there, it's been very special. And it's really special that we're able to broadcast from there. So maybe we ought to go around the table and tell everybody about why you need to come down to this place and have a beverage, and even maybe on Thursday nights watch our show in person.
I mean, I'll lead us off there. I think one is that you can come down. First, there's two levels. Number one, first you can come down,
Great views.
enjoy the views, and enjoy the company of On the Tee Florida. And then if it gets too cold,
That's
it gets a little
real
chilly
plus.
for you. If it gets a little chilly, then you head upstairs. A little
True.
private, a
I
little bit
actually
more
liked
intimate
it.
up there.
I liked it upstairs.
There you go.
Well,
And
we're
that's the
not
action
moving
Can we
from
from
go?
here.
Can we go back to upstairs?
We're not
in the
not
warm.
You can do both.
No,
We're
no.
not moving.
But I mean, even
That's
just
negative. Everybody's like,
It's been great having you as part of our team. And
Good luck.
And we wish you well.
Good luck and thank you for your services.
Melina, get ready. You're going to take over.
And it is.
Oh,
it is
wow.
70, it is 71
Harsh.
degrees.
There
by
you
the
go.
way.
Harsh.
But even from my viewing angle here, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over 10 TVs just
a
from where
lot.
I'm sitting right now. Anything from college basketball
It's
to
true.
Tampa Bay Lightning
See a little
hockey,
hockey
to Bill
over there.
Butner's beautiful face on there as well. So come on
Hey,
down.
Champ,
enjoy
I
it.
heard
All the
I
stuff
heard
you
about
do.
the I heard you talking about the Hangover burger
That's
with
right.
Bill Butner, and that's one of my favorites.
I saw you
Yeah,
savoring.
he's the
I saw you
expert.
drooling over there.
How is
They
the
do.
food
They
there?
do have gluten-free
Can anybody
buns.
tell me
I
how
will
the
point
food
that
is there?
out.
Because I know
Gluten-free
the
buns.
Hangover burger's great. I don't think of anything else. So anybody have anything different?
Ashley,
down
how's
there?
the
Tell me about it.
substitution of your bread there for somebody on a particular diet there? How's that work out?
It works. It's just nice whenever there's an option. That is the reason why I go to Culver's sometimes. I need a burger and I need a gluten-free bun. So check.
Well, as the guy
got
that
it
Okay,
covered
but
here at
here at
Sea
Sea Dog Brewing Company, Treasure Island, Chef
Yes.
Charlie has all kinds of specials going on
Charlie
each and every
Breakiron.
time, each and every week. And I don't know if Mike has memorized these things or not, but if you walked upstairs right now and Chef Charlie was there,
Yes.
he would not only would he match Culver's, he would smash Culver's.
Why
There's
have
no doubt about it.
why
That's right.
haven't I met Chef Charlie yet?
Because you need to go
Charlie
to Sea Dog
needs to
Treasure
come to
Island
talk
more
to
often.
me.
He's here at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's
out at
out there in the
5:30.
kitchen. He's out
But
there.
Charlie, I'm coming to find you.
Charlie
I'm
was
going to
a-
track you down.
Charlie was a superb golfer at Ohio State, and
Sorry,
Oh,
Tracy.
really?
With who?
and he's going to.
With who?
Yeah.
Who is he with?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Joey
Who he,
Sidlar, Mark Balin?
you'll have to ask him.
Cook?
Now
I'm talking-
he's
come on.
probably
I'm talking
Bill.
to-
He's probably around.
Bill, you and I are going to find Chef Charlie. We're going
he's
to interview
older.
him
He's
this
younger
week.
than that.
Well,
I
I'm
think
bringing
he's
him
around
down.
early 2000s.
Bring him to St. Petersburg Country Club. We're going to break him down.
I talked him into coming on the show in the next couple of weeks. He's got 2 young little boys, and his wife doesn't like him hanging around the bar.
Okay.
Hey,
Especially with the
Ashley,
likes-
All right. Thank
the
you for that
likes of us.
information.
The likes
Well,
of
so
us.
actually, his Chef Charlie, it's Charlie Breakiron. He's the partner of Fred Forsley in this restaurant, and Charlie has opened up maybe 100 restaurants across
What do you
the
whisper-
country.
what are you whispering for?
I've had the pleasure of meeting Fred, but not Charlie. So I'm on the hunt. Well,
And-
hopefully I'll meet him sometime soon.
And
here's
if you
a
think I'm
trivia
little
fact about
crass,
Charlie
wait till you have a
Breakiron.
conversation with Charlie.
Here's
Perfect.
a trivia fact
But
about
you know what?
Charlie.
Truly, a good chef has to be like a little
Hey,
little. You know, they got to have some grit behind them.
Well,
Well,
here's,
one-
They're
here's a
never
trivia
happy.
fact
Chefs are
about
never
Charlie
happy
Breakiron.
at all.
Speaking of grit,
Yeah.
breakfast. They're doing brunch on weekends again, and which is superb. I like their brunches on Saturdays and
Always
Sundays.
love a good brunch.
Yes, I do.
Sign me up.
Bill Butner, what's your favorite thing about Sea Dogs there, Bill?
Well, obviously the service here. I mean, they've been great. making
he
sure
has
that
to, he has to take an Uber home.
Hey, he's only a short drive away from
No.
the Intercoastal there. If he wants to hang out on the beach all
Just a s-
night, or
Just a
Drive
stone's
on back.
throw
You'll be right
away.
there.
Good
Stone's
point.
throw away.
That's a good point.
that's it.
Well, you know what? Talking about the and you'll be included. We'll get you.
Oh,
up
okay.
there.
I thought she
thanks.
was off the
appreciate-
show.
I
I
know,
thought she was
I know. I
gone.
just got like kicked off a second ago, but okay.
Well, as soon as it warms up, we'll bring you back.
yeah. Oh, cool. Perfect.
We'll
I'm
bring you.
in summertime. Come watch me.
But the Valspar this year, we're going to send you guys up there. And I've already
Hopefully
talked
not on St. Patrick's Day. We have a very important
Irish
tournament.
Open.
The Irish, no, it's the Irish Invitational, not the Irish Open.
I hear
Well, first of
Bill
all,
Butner
that's
puts
Monday.
the-
That's Monday. It's on the Monday, St. Patty's Day.
yeah, Bill Butner
Oh.
puts the double D's and patties right there, Bill Butner.
Oh, double D's all the way.
Nice, classy.
Anyway, we will be doing some special things up there at the Valspar, and
I was up there last year. I remember calling
gonna
it
get
right
some-
from the
You did.
15th there.
You
That
did.
was a great
Well, we're
great
gonna
environment.
our
Looking forward to
interns
it.
will be up there with our mobile cameras, and then we'll be down here at Sea Dogs,
Okay.
and we'll make it a very interactive, cool broadcast and conversation on that
Colorful.
Thursday. Colorful, but we'll have people out there on as you said, John. The Pro-Am is the time to be out there, and I did not know that story about John Gruden jumping on John Daly's bag. I bet
Actually,
that was cool.
Actually, I have a clip of that because pretty recently at the club we had Gary Koch was there and he was interviewing John Gruden and he told the story about his caddy experience with John Daly. So we need to find that clip. Got to roll that clip, right?
Roll it.
We'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find
All right.
it.
Any last words there, John?
Hey, just looking forward to the Florida swing here, and looking forward to some nice warm weather here. And
Please,
Don't bring that up with that.
please.
71
if you're up-
degrees, Ashley.
now being here in St.
Nice,
Augustine, you live by the
warm
water.
Florida. Yes.
I can tell you that it's always colder next to the water in the evening,
Sure.
and that's one of the beauties of Florida.
he's not
It's like
whining.
living in the mountains in the
This is
summertime.
not whining. This is like
in
speaking
North
the truth right
Carolina.
here.
Okay, so North Carolina, you go from Florida, up to North Carolina to enjoy it in the middle of July and it's sweater weather. Well, in Florida, when it's beautiful down here, if you live next to the water, you might have to put a little sweater on at night. So
Every once in
Okay,
a while.
well, we just ruined the end of the show. We're breaking down the weather here.
But you know the best part?
Ashley, you got anything besides weather you want to the last word here?
I'm just excited that we're back. I just have to announce we are back on Thursdays because if you were tuning in on Wednesdays with that announcement, we are sticking solidly with Thursdays. Right, Mike?
I had no option. I was bullied into
You were
it.
not bullied. That is not true whatsoever.
Champ stuck it out for me.
Hey, I'm all up for it. Obviously, we're going to say goodbye to February. So last Thursday of February, March Madness is here.
Yep.
Bring on all the madness. Bring on the chaos.
Exactly.
Bring everything
my man.
about March. Looking forward to it. Onward and upward, as we say there, Bill Butner.
Bill
And,
Butt.
then hopefully we can get all our players back on the court so we can make March Madness a.
So wait, I have to point out
service.
How many damn drinks have you had in 2 hours?
couple. So Bill's
My
actually
God.
Bill's doing running the clock at some of the basketball games at Edgar College, correct?
Yeah, we know that, but
Yeah.
you know what? We have 2 Eckerd College interns here,
We do.
and they're watching him stumble, fumble, and bumble.
Okay,
Perfect.
Chris Berman. We got him there.
hey, Bill Butner, I tell you what, I ran the clock in high school for the basketball team, for the girls basketball
that's
team.
something to
when I
be
was in high
proud of.
school. And well, I'm going to tell you something, because
God.
running the clock is very difficult. You really got to pay attention. I
Oh,
literally,
no.
we're talking
Oh, my
1975, Brandon High School. I'm running the clock for the girls
There you
basketball
go.
team, and people in the stands are yelling at me, "Turn the clock back on! Turn it on again!" So you
Hit the
have to really
possession
pay
arrow,
attention to the
Bill.
Hey,
game going on.
the officials are flagging you left and right.
God.
You want to see
All right.
Bill Butner in rare form, St. Pete College, Eckerd College down there.
I'll
Have
be
to
there
check it out.
Saturday.
There you go. Bill
2 and
Butner in
4.
great form.
All right. Lastly, be sure to check our On the Tee Florida social media. John does a superb job on the tflorida.com. Check tonight or tomorrow if you want to see these antics.
Hey,
Go
on
to
the
YouTube.
tflorida.com, on the tflorida.com, you will see the Bill Butner Pro Set card. It's on there right
Yes.
now. Check it out.
And the value as we examine that. Anyway, you-
Jeez. Oh no! Please take the cameras away from Bill, please.
take the cocktails away from him. I'm trying to close this show with this clown. And you let this guy talk you into going to college and playing for him. I don't know about you, Luke. I'm Mike Rickard for John Rager, Ashley Grimaldi, Champ Sharp, Bill Butner, Brentley Remind, Tracy West. She was superb. Joe Bedreau up there at
Absolutely.
RadioStPete.com. Great job of rallying. Video producer Adam Fernandez and our sidekick interns Luke and Tristan, and of course my little Canadian trader Melania.
Wow.
God bless you. God bless America. Have a championship weekend, and remember to hit them straight and keep it in the short grass.
Woohoo!
Get a heater for Ashley, please. Come on.
Please.
She need a blanket.
I didn't think you smoked.
I don't.
Oh, you mean